Oh, that's true. The pad is laid to the bone, wall to wall, everything. I got a closet full of minks, chinchillas. I got a bureau full of diamonds. I can change 4 times a day if I want to. That's not it, baby, because I don't have your love. You even went out and bought me a big bad Eldorado to see if that would make up for it, but it didn't. Now I'm going to move on down the line, because I told you chances go right. You even trying to eat lobster and drink champagne. Now you know that ain't your boo. But you strictly a collard green cornbread baby. Now you know if anybody knows, I know. But since you feel like that this evening, sit down and drink some champagne with me and let me rap to you. Because I know what I'm going to say to you now. I could never say before because tomorrow I be sporting.
Moors, look us up, we sailed the globe in the rose. Had people traveling from far to visit Silk Road. Smell the aroma, stimulate senses. So common, being called by our titles, not alarming. X-relation if they try to strawman. Trust it, we taught them everything they know that they use against us. Zombie mind, and you're not even smoking on dust. They say authenticate, we caught, watch for breach of trust. You won't listen to us, but you will follow some clowns selling you what we teach for free for 5,000 down. Lives with fools are endangered, dreaming of freedom. Messages in front of your face if you would only see them. Open your eyes and first eye for once, fam. Look, we told you not everything you learn will be from a book or a crook. We actually made it, blame dirty Moors, ask them where's the treasury. Grand chiefs will start dancing with no melody. Almost made it, we were way over the mountaintop. In the promised land, we were harvesting crop. Now he's a novice man, charlatan prop overseer, still not being a monkey wrench. Just minstrel pro flunky, used as a workbench, riding the fence. Always riding the fence, only see their face at the PR events. Smiling and waving, paving the way, covering Drew Ali's footprints. Leave you bamboozled, duped and hoodwinked, chasing your tail since you won't hear what more say. Still talking civil rights means you've been betrayed. Time to start thinking, is the only way to be safe, be true. Awaken alive within, ask free mental slaves how we do.
And once we find our nationality and serve that nationality, we'll do for ourselves what needs to be done.
Keep thinking it's games, you already know these beasts kill you on camera, leave you niggas dead in the streets. You're still handcuffed and bloody, but no 911 calls. Bystander effect in full effect, so watch it with y'all. mind blowing. Watching my people holding up traffic of innocent people. My people need to get their ass kicked. Marching and picketing is most cowardice and punkified, while dead bodies just multiply. Sisters killed in their cell. You claim it's hell you raised and burned down your own community, not one police station. You love pork chops, but I see no police bacon. And when it comes to revolution, most of y'all are faking.
All ethnic groups in this country understand they got a nationality. Because you answer to such stupid words like
Black lives don't matter, but you still claim black. Rather film someone get choked out, but won't choke back. And the one that uploads first face charges trumped up. What you think will happen when President Trump's up? More killing and murders of stateless herds. Hoods are concentration camps now, ghettos are birds. Gun stores short on ammo, they're melting down church bells. Black seek shelter in temples where God doesn't dwell. That's why a foreigner can walk in and shoot up your service. Praying to invisible gods, give you the curses. You pray to relinquish, that's none of my business. I suggest you nationalize with the quickness. I suggest you study law, stop with the big shit. In your face, I see them spray the pepperish liquid, then pouring white milk on your face. I thought that milk was the devil. Some weapons drown the noise level. Boys, you rebel.
you answer to such stupid words like negro and color and black. You have
The point
no
that I'm
nationality.
making, blacks are mistaken. Call them highwaymen, not cracker pigs or bacon. Taking your tax dollars and riot gear, they relaxing. Cause in a black status, don't even think about a class action. Don't even think about rights being respected without getting injected. I see you infected. Then the same ones that violate the laws you re-elected. Your vote matters more than black lives feel disrespected. Control the Negroes, looks tested and perfected. That's why about being black, I'm skeptic and left it. My people are tripping, walking with arms like panthers who got nowhere in the 60s, so that's not the answer. And black leader, race war, instigator puppets, teach, kill those who killed us as justice. But have they ever killed? I think not. If they did, it's hearsay, nobody to show. Yellow envelope, money in escrow, accounts overseas, not in democracies, living hypocrisies. It's all de jure mockeries, bureaucracies, vampiric, but most can't hear it. It's only the attitude. The regalia is not clan spirit. Until my people wake up, your struggle for rights continues. And your children's organs end up on the elite menu. You love text but delete the messages. More send you with no status. You're in the jurisdiction and venue of the same beast system you attempt to defeat. Only as Moors will you get them on the heels of their feet. Of the same beast system you attempt to defeat. Only as Moors will you get them on the heels of your feet.
The name of the people must relate them instantaneously to land, history, and culture. And anytime you call a people by their right name, anytime you call a people, name a people, and fail to relate them back to land, history, and culture, you are calling out of their name. There's no black man or black woman. There's nothing wrong with the word black. Nothing wrong with it at all. Only it doesn't relate to a country. The name of every people in the world relate to the country. And once you think instantaneously of land, you think of nationality.
Look, if you want to read it, read Stanley Lane Poe's The Moors in Spain, written in 1887, or Alejandro Mataziza. Read his book in Spanish, The Moors in Spain, and said that even the bath was introduced by those Africans.
Ain't no goddamn motion picture.
They got me looking for the artifacts till my heart collapse. I be running through the scene like I'm on a lap. The way we left them on the scene put us on the map. So I be all up on the scene looking hard for all the stolen Moorish artifacts, huh? Like I'm Artemis. See, I be running through the scene like I'm on a mission. The way they left about the scene made it hard to miss them. See, I be all up on the scene looking for my shit like red flags and green sashes. We assassins. Triple gold, my fist high like I'm Selassie. Because of cold, your men die, we everlasting. In the cold like Northgate, winter, Alaska. Killing the pastor, breaking it down my mind like a disaster. Ass whooping the bastard. If you don't represent the serpentine bloodline, more by bloodline, welcome to the front line. Maybe I want mine. I'm so impatient, I'm cutting up in the lunch line. I call it crunch time.
Look, if you want to read it, read Stanley Lane Poe's The Moors in Spain, written in 1887, or Alejandro Macaziza. Read his book in Spanish, The Moors in Spain, and said that even the bath was introduced by those Africans.
Ain't no goddamn motion picture.
They got me looking for the artifacts till my heart collapse. I be running through the scene like I'm on a lap. The way we left them on the scene put us on the map. So I be all up on the scene looking hard for all the stolen Moorish artifacts, like I'm Artemis. See, I be running through the scene like I'm on a mission. The way they left about the scene made it hard to miss them. See, I be all up on the scene looking for my shit like red flags and green sashes. We assassins, triple gold, my fist high like I'm Selassie. Physical, your men die, we everlasting. In the cold like Northgate, winter, Alaska. Killing the pastor, breaking it down my mind like a disaster. Ass whipping the bastard. If you don't represent the serpentine bloodline, more by bloodline, welcome to the front line. Maybe I want mine. I'm so impatient, I'm cutting up in the lunch line. I call it crunch time. They trying to punk something, but I ain't Noble Time. I'm Noble Drawley, I'm working overtime. Hidden Treaties, 1787 times 711, higher than 7 heavens. Steady, no guessing. Better stomach the lesson. Who be trapped in the house? I'm home alone like Kevin. So step in. I'm here to make my case with law and rest it. I shouldn't taught the flies, no heads, necklace. I keep a peppermint on the top of the dresser, working 7 days a year, looking for the stolen Moorish artifacts, like I'm Artemis. See, I be running through the scene like I'm on a mission. The way they left about the scene made it hard to miss them. See, I be all up on the scene looking for my shit like.
Doctrine of discovery from a grave Al-Aqsa. Always challenge jurisdiction of your captors. Stand on your square, no apron or protractors who manifest Hepshep, something not Cleopatra. Man is man tantra, know that self mantra. Get out the lower self and vibrate your chakras. Walking on the higher road, my staff on my levels of Allah. If my God protected more with the sevens up. Four quadrant halos, celestial pharaohs, exposed gold, Socrates and Plato's. Chopped down my cherry tree and still couldn't bury me. In their secret lodges, they pretend to be me. Indiana Jones, national treasures, angels and demons and one world agendas. Razor blade smiles, alien, reptilian, running corporate governments with ward civilians. Invisible wars, police state has risen, uplifting fallen from their mental prisons. 5-point star drawn, vortex and wormholes leads to behind the backs of turncoats.
Stolen Moorish artifacts, like I'm Artemis. See, I be running through the scene like I'm on a mission. The way they left about the scene made it hard to miss them. See, I be all up on the scene looking for my shit like.
But remember, when there came a time in 1506, Africans ruled Spain from 711. We were calling ourselves Moors, M-A-U-E-R-S-M-M-O-O-R-S, from 711 until 1485.
These Moors, Islam, we're out here. You already know how it goes. And with all the Moors are enjoying their day. Will you're enjoying your day? Let's see what's popping. Let's see what is popping. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. We gotta address Islam more.
Honors to all the Moors. You already know.
Peace. We gotta talk about this stuff right here, because I'm confused. I'm confused. Really confused. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. The black children get denied their little Sesame Street character and all that stuff. And people are confused why. Why? Are you confused why? You shouldn't be confused why. It should be very apparent by now why. I don't see anybody else getting denied. The little European children getting their little hugs and all that stuff. But I don't know. I keep getting to this thing where, maybe it ain't them. Maybe it's us. Maybe it's our people that's the problem. It's very apparent that everybody else gets their little honors, gets their little hugs from their little characters, gets their the little whatever. Moore was just saying, pregnant black lady shot the other day. You still missing something? You still missing it? So Jody mad. I'm gonna keep posting this because this has me hot. We were on our way out of Sesame Street Place or Sesame Place, and the kids wanted to stop to see the characters. This disgusting person blatantly told our kids no, then proceeded to hug a little white girl next to us. Then, when I went to complain about it, they're looking at me like I'm crazy. I asked the lady who the character was, and I wanted to see a supervisor, and she told me she didn't know. I will never step foot in Sesame Place ever again. And please feel free to repost this. Actually, run me my money back. So mad I stopped the video, but it got me so mad when he blatantly told them no. Now, it's real interesting that these little black children are going to be told no. Right? These little black children are going to be told no or whatever. But then, when you do your research, it's real interesting that you find out that the unmistakable black roots of Sesame Street, how they getting denied when Sesame Street was shaped by the African American communities in Harlem and beyond? How? Why are they getting denied? Is something going on here? You really think something's going on here? Are you lost in the sauce? Are you, or you're African American and you're black and you're Negro and you're all that stuff? Well, let's just see. Sesame Street arose from Lyndon Baines Johnson's administration. Great Society Agenda. Oh, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Federal programs. The goal of eliminating poverty and racial injustice, but little black children can't get a hug from the little furry guy. You don't see something's wrong here? You really don't see something's wrong here? Why is it that this is going on? If Sesame Street, well, let's just go through this. Let's just see what's really going on here. We're going to skip through some of this because, we want to get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to this now. Let's just see what's going on here. Sesame Street was intentional in making its cast racially diverse and its fictional neighborhood integrated. Sesame Street cast member Loretta Long, who played Susan from the show's first episode through today, devoted a full chapter of her doctoral dissertation to Pierce's curriculum, which included locating the show in an inner city neighborhood with old brownstones and lots of trash cans. Such a setting, the producers concluded, would help the inner city relate more to us, cast members, and his neighbors. Producer John Stone said the show's set design was inspired by 1968 public service announcement campaign calling on New York City residents to give a damn about children living in blighted areas of Harlem. In an interview for journalist Michael Davis' definitive book on the history of the show, Street Gang, Stone said, "For a preschool child in Harlem, the street is where the action is. Our set had to be an inner city street. And more particularly, it had to be a brownstone so the cast and the kids could stoop in the age-old New York tradition. Sesame Street characters, including Bert, Ernie, Big Bird, Susan, Gordon, and Bob, Loretta Long as Susan, Stone enlisted set designer Charles Rosen to scout locations in Harlem, the Upper West Side, and the Bronx as models for the brownstone that would become 123 Sesame Street. Sonia Monzano, Puerto Rican Bronx native, who joined the show in '71, was Maria. Recalled when she first saw the program on television as a college student, "Hey, that's my street." The urban sensibility inspired her to join the show. Just as advertisers appeal to people's identification with celebrities to sell products, Sesame Street enlisted African American guest stars to help teach the alphabet and numbers. A bald, thin James Earl Jones, just off his Tony Award-winning performance on Broadway, The Great White Hope. Singer Mahalia Jackson appeared on the program for a sing-along. He's got the whole world in his hands. The same month, Jackie Robinson, Shirley Chisholm, Ethel Kennedy, senior human rights activist and widow of Senator Robert F. Kennedy, Nina Simone, joined 4 Black children on the stoop to sing Young, Gifted, and Black. You still confused? You still confused? You still don't realize that they're playing you? Let's just back this up, that they're playing. Let's just back this up. Olivet Hotel, African Europeans, An Untold History. Page 3. Page 3. Using the example of American slavery, Robinson also demonstrates how early European travelers recorded the social, cultural, and agricultural systems they saw in areas in West Africa. Nevertheless, by the 18th century, the narrative of unsophisticated Negroes was shaping colonist ideology. Robinson notes that the destruction of the African past was a process that went through various stages. For example, naming played a crucial role in the process of erasure. The construct of Negro, unlike the terms African, Moor, or Ethiop, suggested no situatedness in time, that is, history or space. That this ethno or political geography, the Negro had no civilization, no cultures, no religions, no history, no place, and finally, no humanity that might command consideration. Robinson remarks that the creation of the Negro, the fiction of a dumb beast of burden fit only for slavery, was closely associated with the economic, technical, and financial requirements of Western development from the 16th century on. So from the 16th century on, the Negro had no civilization, no cultures, no religions, no history, no place, and finally, no humanity that might command consideration. So why are these people still playing around like they don't know who they are? How come? How come they're not playing around like they know who they are? They claim that they know their self and all that stuff. How they know themselves and they're still calling their children kids, and the kids didn't get hugs from Sesame Place characters and all that stuff. What kids are you talking about? What baby goats need hugs from some characters? And you want to know why the world doesn't respect black people? Because black is Negro.
Hey, real quick,
Please, more,
Cujo.
go ahead.
I be passing these kids every day, and I'm talking about baby goats in this village. So it's plain as day. People know what a kid is from a, So
Right? It's plain as day. Everybody knows. Islam, brother Tariq. You're not hearing you. I don't know if you're unmuted though. We're still not hearing you, which is weird. Somebody's playing with you. Yeah, we're not hearing you more. Actually, jump off the thing and get back on. Maybe they're messing with your thing. Push that link again. Something's going on over there. Anybody else got anything? Just push the link. So why is it that our people don't know that they're Moors? How come? Why don't they know? Why are they still playing Negro games? When everybody knows Negro is black and nobody respects that BS. Even the trolls, like More Truth, More Lies, which is a modern European calling themselves More Truth, More Lies, knows not to call themselves black and Negro. And then it's gonna come asking you questions. Why aren't they calling them Moors? Why are you calling yourself Moor? How about that? More Truth, More Lies. How about that? Why are you calling yourself Moor? If Moor's so bad and Moor's so negative and we're not Moors and all that stuff, why are you saying that you're Moor? Wonder why. With your dumb ass. Unmute yourself, brother Tariq. Yeah, they're playing with you today. Still not hearing you.
they messing with the mic or something.
Yeah, they're playing with
Still not
something over
hearing
there because we've heard you before. We've heard you before. So they're playing some type of game with your phone. And I saw Brother Kasir tried to get on here and they're playing with his thing, device not connecting and all that stuff. So you already know how they do. You already know. Why is it? Because our people have constantly been playing games. Constantly playing games. So the purplepaperclip.com put out the list of all the Moors for you people to look out for. If anybody has any more to add to the list, we'll just add them on. Right? So Sharif Bey is on the list. That's the democracy Moor. Shem Bey is on the list. That's the pastor Moor. Akil Bey is on the list. That's trader over there playing whatever game that they're playing. Mom died and he's mad at Moors instead of being mad at whoever killed his mom. Yusuf L, mad. Not our Yusuf. Talking about belly can't see their feet. Yusuf, who's in people's private jet and always doing videos from the Range Rover and all that BS, selling you sovereign BS. Taharka, we already know Taharka. He's a traitor, pedophile, and all that stuff. Tazadak, we already know he's a Hebrew calling himself Bey, trying to convince Moors and all that stuff that they're not Moors, but he's going to call himself Bey and all that. Sabir Bey, you already know, Mr. Hollywood, is going to do everything in his power to make sure you fill up his Cash App so he doesn't have to go get a job or whatever like that, and then wants to go meet you at Starbucks instead of meeting you where Moors should be meeting. Rasadi El and his ugly consort, all of them more Science Temple whoever's that are on the list that been sold out because they're old and gray and all that stuff, and then they're still claiming some more Science Temple, and they got some authority when all of them sold you out. Lord Abba Way L, we already know he's sold out because now he's a free man and all that stuff, playing black Negro games. Clifton Harrison, we already know he's a sellout, calling a bay by straw names and all that stuff, trying to make a name for themselves. DJ Jones Bay and the Wild Indians and all those sellouts over there pushing their Indian BS on you when this is not India.
Oh yeah, I remember he tried that. I was in a clubhouse and I met him in there, and they was talking about some business stuff, but they talking about Indian getting some Indian stuff from the government. I'm like, why is your name a Bay if you talking about this Indian stuff? But I don't know, man. Some of these Moors, it's crazy.
Some of these Moors are going to put you right back into slavery and have you not make your way out of this. Islam, Brother Kasir.
Islam, Morris.
Brother
So,
Tariq, that thing again. Let me
Islam.
see if you're coming through now.
Islam.
Yeah, they're still playing. Try restart. Yeah, we could hear you, Kasir. Brother Tariq, try restart your phone or something. Try restart your phone. See if that works. Because I don't know what's going on with you on your side. What's good, Kasir?
Islam. Well, you know, I just want to share my screen because y'all gotta see what Sesame Street come from.
Share that bad boy. Share that bad boy. Because people think it's a joke out here. Still.
Yeah, like the prophet never came. Joking on real.
Still playing.
Yeah, good. Playing. Yeah, sis.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're good now.
I went here last year, Opa Waka Laka, or Opatisha Waka Laka, right? And off the rip, it says right here, Opalaka is a city located in Miami-Dade County, Florida, United States. Skip that. The population was, the city was, developed based on 1,001 Nights. Shemtar, right? Arabian Nights is the theme that this place is designed off of. Opalaka has the largest collection of Moorish revival architecture in the Western Hemisphere. So the most Moorish revival architecture is here in Florida, in the Al-Maghreb Al-Aqsa, I'll say, Western Hemisphere, right? In streets which names such as Shahrazad Ali, Islam to her, Boulevard, get that boulevard out of here, Sinbad, we already know, shout out to Sinbad, the comedian, Sabir, F. Sabir, for being a dirty Moor, Sultan Street, or Sultan Avenue, Islam to all the people who think they Sultans in a real Sultan. Alibaba Street, well, Alibaba Street, how about that? Petaviz, so know that Peru is a Moorish word. Sesame Street is Moorish. Hold on, Morris. Hold on, we're going to have to click on it. Because now, what the hell? Where are we going? Open Sesame. Open Sesame, right? Oh, look at his fez. There's a Moor on the tree with his fez on, right? Open Sesame. They opened the door for Jesus, right? Supposedly, the door of Jesus. So look, why would the Moors had a words for the door, for rocks to move to open so-called Jesus' tomb? Never mind, that's something else. Open Sesame is a magical phrase in the story of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Antoine Galay, whatever. Version of 1001 Nights. Yeah, cool. So this word, this open sesame, open yourself. English, sesame, open yourself. Uh-oh. That word is talking about some spiritual upliftment and enlightenment of the invoking of self to be opened. You cannot be a Moor if you're closed off to receive the divine nature and the divine light from the cosmos. You have to be open, like a cup, receive the divine nature. So look, open sesame. So Sesame says me. His brother, in the story, Ali Baba, another Ali, overhears one of the 40 thieves saying, open says me. His brother later cannot remember the phrase and confuses it with the names of grains of other than sesame, becoming trapped in a magical cave. He couldn't get out. He couldn't get out of his own self. Self-indulged, right? These people are, what do you call it? Narcissists. So full of self, but don't even know who self is. If you really knew who self was, you could never fill yourself with self, because self is bigger than you could ever dream of. Allah is self. The mother of the virtues is self. Holy breath is self. Truth is self. Peace, love, justice, freedom, those are self. Those are all versions of self, emanations, 5 of them, right? Like how we got 5 appendages from the body, from the one, right? So we're Venus. So open says me, open says me. Classification, system. So you already origin. Sesame seeds grow in a seed pod that split open and reaches maturity. Sesame actually refers to the plant seed. Okay, so the opening. Sesame's repudiation. Hebrew sem name. Sesame sem means name. So Shemite, Shem is they call them Semites, but Sem means name. So Namians with no name, i.e. God, or a Kabbalistic word representing the Talmudic Sasamiyim, Shem Shamium, or Shamiim, name of heaven. So Shem is name, heaven is Shamiim. See, where are we going with? I thought we were just looking up Sesame Street. Sesame is connected to Babylonian magic practices, which use sesame oil. Huh? See also abracadabra. Okay. Hocus Pocus, Sesame Street, barbarous name, Islamism.
Peace. Is that also connected to shaman too? I saw that shaman or something.
It's called Shemiim, or Shamiim. But yeah, you can do that shaman too, because we already know, Cujo, you broke down the mushroom video yesterday.
Yep.
There was a Moor who did the most mushrooms out of all these people, all these Ayobos. What's his name? We featured him on Chrysanthemum. His name was Terrence McKenna. That Ayobo you heard speaking in the beginning, that's Terrence McKenna. He was known for doing 5 gram dose of mushrooms, and he calls it the hero dose. Kalindi did 40. Kalindi Illy, a Moor, did crazy. 40 grams of mushrooms. Huh?
I think I only did 2 grams one time.
Oh, Islam, where they
that was something like 40 down.
What I'm saying is, he got his mind to the point where he knew that this world is just a testing ground.
Yeah,
and he took his mind to the forefront for the rest of it. I don't even believe that he passed away. They say he passed away.
He said something like,
please. He left here, is what I believe. Because you can't get that far in like the science of self and humanity. Like the stuff he would explain on his trip, you know it was not from normal things of everyday things. It's like he was coming from places that his mind wasn't yet, like your mind ain't even developed to see it yet. And he was coming from there, talking about how there's other battles to fight in the spiritual realm. Like we think it's just, oh, you pass away and go to heaven. No, it's other battles that permeate into this realm that we have to go do battle with up there. So if you're not ready for the fight down here, then you definitely ain't ready for the cosmic war.
Definitely not ready for up there, which is why, going back to what you were talking about, which is why the Iron Sheik 6 was called Open Sesame.
And
the cover was the Iron Sheik. That's why the cover was the Iron Sheik in the cave with the vortex behind them, with the Fez in it, Duali in it, Garvey in it, because
I see the whirlwind, the vortex.
Boy!
I see that
No.
vortex, man.
Same picture. That's the same picture. Hold up. Gotta show my screen again. That picture you using.
that's the picture. Yeah, that's the picture from. That's the picture from Alibaba and all that stuff going into the stuff. Yeah, that's the picture. You can't make this stuff up, Morris. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh man. This stuff was done ages ago, guys. And then look, open says MC. Sem MC, like MC, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sesame MC.
open
That was
says
cool.
MC. Open says MC.
Open.
The vortex open.
Right.
Yeah, we still not hearing you, brother Tariq. They're killing you over there.
But you got track number 17. It says in the streets of T.O. T.O. was Sesame. You open Sesame and T.O. So let's do it like that.
All right. All right. You can't make this stuff up, Morris. You can't. We're just doing our little part.
Oh wait, so the Muppets don't molest children no more?
Oh no. You know the Muppets are
Negroes
up
here, they love complaining. I thought
Go ahead, More. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm saying I thought that these like adults that like dressing up like Muppets to play with children. I thought there was something wrong with that anyway. I thought that Elmo was a pedophile. I thought that all of those characters represented homosexuality, like Bert and Ernie. The hell is two men living up in the damn apartment before watching another one shower or damn bath with a damn ducky. Hey, Bert, remember Ducky was in the
both of them in the tub. Both of them in the tub together. You playing around with them.
Oh, I'm not done. See, this is what happens every single time. It'd be like stuff happening, and I'll be wanting to show y'all, but I don't really do the internet no more. I will, but I'm still getting some stuff finished. But I'll be back, but not right now. That place is.
Oh, you already know. You already know more. Look at Brother Mario. You know what I mean? Everybody needs a break. Look at Brother Fontes. Everybody needs a break off this BS sometimes.
I'll be watching that more too, Brother Fontes.
Yeah.
Brother Fontes, he on point. Where he didn't took it to another level. So it ain't nothing happened. We ain't missing.
Yeah. You already know. You know what I mean?
I gotta get this thing. Oh, more. I gotta get this. You gotta see this. Oh, y'all gotta see this.
Islam, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now, Mark.
Man, these damn idiots playing with my shit this early morning making me mad. No, but what he just said, Grand Sheik, exactly what I was thinking when I saw that video about the grown ass men jumping up or dressing up as Muppets and the Bert and Ernie living together, sleeping in the same bed or sleeping side by side in beds, the rubber ducky shit, all of that shit.
Like in a campaign against your damn children. Stop.
Yeah, why would and not to mention all that shit set up in the Bronx or whatever, that shit look like the ghetto. That ain't, I mean, it's other parts of New York that don't look like that, but they set that shit up in the ghetto and then said it's multicultural.
They had it in Crooklyn.
Yeah, in Crooklyn, straight up in Crooklyn. Yeah, on this Spike Lee joint, straight up and talking about this is a representation of them and where they live and what they have and all that. And that ain't the case at all.
Your neighbor Reggie just got out of jail. He about to beat somebody bricks off. He just got out. Come on, man. Oh, now watch this, Morris. Watch this. This is how they feel about y'all children. Huh? No. I'm not playing with these people. These people sick. All right.
Sick.
I love these content. I grew up watching, all of the classics. They have been a huge, informative part of my life. But at the same time, I worked at small studios most of my career, and I'd heard, you hear whispers. I'd heard things like, they won't let you show this or this show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little stuck when I started. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard on my little pocket of Proud Family Disney TVA.
Proud Family.
The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel Proud Family Disney TVA. The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so my not at all secret gay agenda and my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel I felt it was, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last they're turning it around, they're going hard, and then all that momentum that I felt, that sense of I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness. Wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to. Wherever I could, just basically adding queerness. Wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of it. But I just was no one did queer in the show. I'm proud of it. But I just was no one would stop me and no one was trying to stop me.
Mm-hmm. F your kids is what Lil Nas X said. F your kids. F your kids. F your goats. I don't care about no damn goats. F your goats. F your goats. So this is how, first of all, these people call your children animal. Second of all, damn, this is so much. They call your children animal. That ties in with 7 USC 136 D, which is the definitions of pesticides and pesticides and environmental nature, whatever, resources. You look that up, it's a definition section. 7 USC 136 D. It's the definitions, right? And in the definitions, it talks about animal. The definition for animal is any vertebrate, invertebrate, and also to include other men or man and other types of mammals, shellfish, birds. So they consider man animal in the dictionary, in the United States Code. So with people talking like her, they line up the world for this to be the animal that go take the animals to the slaughter. This is a mother talking like that. So they got a mother as the overseer of the agenda to be pushed on your child. Talking about something her not so secret gay agenda. Wow.
Yep.
Grand Sheik, that's like I posted that that Muppet video the other day. Now Elmo got a dad, and they pushing the jab again.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the blue, not a mother, of course, not a mother in there with him. It's a father, and not to mention it's a fucking Muppet. Where's parenting come from? It's a Muppet.
Because when I watched that when I was young, and I asked questions, my mom would tell me baby, those is dolls. Go in there and get you one of your toys. And I go get one of my toys. She'd be like, you see how this is fake? That's fake. And she just shut me the Shematar right off the rip. We wasn't from no effing Africa, and Muppets is goddamn not real. Stuff like that. She was like, just hit me with. So now when I'm older and it's starting to crescendo in the mind, I get what she was saying. You give a damn Muppet a damn vaccine, what's that gonna do? It's cotton inside. Yeah. You don't know that, child? Hey, child, your parents ain't tell you that? See, this is insane. What we looking at people who have totally ejected critical thinking. That's a part of learning. Because you have to critically think about what you've just been a part of. It's new to your mind. So you have to, what you're doing by thinking it over again, thinking it over and keep thinking, you're creating new grooves in your brain. So the next time that stuff comes to you, you already have a mapped out groove where that's supposed to fit and lock into your brain. So we are as Moors, we have a groove in our mind of black. I'm not black, right? We could at many examples, right? So when somebody come up to us and be like, man, look, I'm black, and just see, like they gotta stop beating us up, and the white man and the black and the white, and we just like the groove in our head is going, is like it's not fitting into the groove. So as a more strong mind, so I'm not gonna let that phrase create a new groove in my mind to understand, because it's already been worked over into a different one, more, right? So now we have to bring him ample amounts of facts and definition, whatever, so it can make the groove in his mind. It might not, he might not get it off of Taj, he might not get it off Asir, but Tariq might have a right type of way to say it to this dude, to where it's like, oh, that part right there, he said his twin was the thing, and my twin. See, stuff, you got to be able to relate to people on all levels, and a lot of times we lose sight of that and let the system do the raising of the children. And look what happens when we let them raise the children.
Yep.
Sesame Street don't want to shake the. You shouldn't be there. No way. You shouldn't be in Sesame Place. No way. Not right now.
Not right. Especially not right now. This is the last time you should be involved in there.
Why don't you go to your ancestors' land? Go visit your grandmother.
Different than telling them about some Santa Claus brought the gifts and all that stuff when you went shopping. Stop the dumb stuff.
Right.
Yeah, this is the deprogramming time, This ain't the
you already know you put the finance under the pillow and took the tooth or whatever like that. We talk about fairies and all that stuff. Stop the dumb stuff.
Yeah. Perpetuating the lie that's been told. Like you steadily making our children believe in a goddamn Easter bunny that shit eggs with jelly beans in it.
Yeah, and then it allows children not to use their imaginations in the right way. Like you're putting these programs, now they just think that their mind is just to be used to daydream and not to extract, what we used to do, like building and constructing things creatively, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's all propaganda used against us.
That's just like these Moors over here. Yannick Dorsey's in the chat about where's the Moorish Qadi and Qazi, so that the Moors could collect finance from these European corporations not paying taxes.
He's talking about it was called the Moorish of America Finance.
How about this part? How about you go support Mercy Charities, who been taking finance from Moors to assist Moors? Are you people still looking to Europeans for stuff? Are you tired begging the European for stuff? You're not tired? You're not fed up begging Europeans? All the rise of the Moors who got kidnapped got out because of Mercy Charities. And that's because Moors put finance into that emergency fund for emergencies for Moors. Moors did that. Modern Europeans did that. But nah, you don't want to do that. You want to play some Moorish American government stuff. You want to talk about enforcing some treaties when you can't find me one more that enforced some treaties and got some remedy enforcing treaties. Stop the dumb stuff.
We only know
Find
one.
me some Moors. Find me some.
We only know one, and that's almost out of here anyway, as far as that being an option for anybody. So the only one I've seen with the records of it, he ain't about to be done anyway. Yannick. So Yannick, guess what? This type of stuff you doing got Moors that do know how to do this stuff. They're done with y'all. They're done like trying to help people like you see it. So they're shutting the doors up. Cujo just mentioned a couple other Moors that had left. Well, got out of the public. It's because of people like you and not understanding. So Kazi, that must be a man. That must be a male person, like a guy with blood running through him. Is the chief judge. I ain't get to vote on that. Who said he was the chief judge of what? I ain't get to vote on that. I don't even know who Kazi is. So how come I don't know about Kazi? This ain't Algiers, by the way. And secondly, the collection taxes from European corporations. Have you never read the Treaties of the Moorish from 1700s? Did you never see the letter from the Sultan to George Washington where he called this his dominions? Collect taxes from the Yobo. Why do you need a chief judge to get your taxes back from the Yobo? Are you not a chief judge, sir, when you do your, private administration work? Are you not being chief judge? What does judge mean? Where's this guy at? Probably not even talking. Read, study. I can't stand people. We start with the questions. And all right, let's do this, nobles. Do y'all know that if you have an estate and you create the estate, you're automatically the executor of the estate you created? Did you know that the executor's office is also called a court? Did you know that the court is also called the place which the sovereign chooses to do business, right? His royal or regal retinue, right? So all his administrative workings, the sovereign. Is the United States anybody sovereign? No, they are not. What happened was in 1933, they went bankrupt and lost their sovereignty that was given to them by whom? When these people get up here, these Pelosi's and stuff, and they be like, oh, our sovereignty, and the sovereignty of the democracy, and the sovereignty of the state. Who gave the United States recognition of limited sovereignty? Who? The Moors did. 1786, 1836, the Moors did it. Matter of fact, the Moors did it with the Spanish too. 1767, the treaty with the Bourbons in Spain. The Moors the Moors since 1491, that's a secret. The Surrender of Granada Treaty took place a year before Granada supposedly fell. Now, what are we doing with? Did the Christians ever have control of all of Granada building? No. They had portion of the building because of $17 million, right? So with this portion of the building, certain Moors that wanted to be on Christian time, they got kicked out. Other Moors that kept their Moorish nationality and all that, they got to choose whether they wanted to stay or leave or go wherever they wanted to. They got to keep their Christian slaves. They got to travel with them. No Christian could tax them. No Jew could tax them, and wherever land they wanted to go. So if your ancestors, say the people that left in that time, they came over to America and met with other Moors that had already been over there with their little Christian slaves and all that stuff. That's the part that the Indians are missing in their story. They don't know. They act like they don't know how Europeans got over here or Yoruba got over here. Nigga, you had to know. You had to admit that they were sailing at something. What's wrong with you? They didn't know how to sail. They didn't even have names. Mamluk, Sakaliba. They don't know the language. They don't know the history. They don't know. So they wouldn't understand.
Hold on 1 sec. Let me just get this out there. Yannick said, he's at work right now, and I wish I could come on, but I took his words and made up something that he wasn't even talking about. Asking Europeans for anything, that's already mine. So why are you talking about enforcing treaties to get stuff from Europeans? What are you talking about?
Where do you work, Yannick?
Stop this. Ain't nothing wrong with having a job or whatever like that, but don't be talking crazy to Moors who are active. Like what you're at work and
we gotta know where he worked, because I work for myself, for my family. Yeah, but I want to know, okay, if you're working, where? Because if you're talking about this, asking Europeans for anything, it's already yours. Where do you work? What do they pay you in, Yannick?
Something that really bothered me, man, is all of these people that
question
people that say enforce this and do this and try this and all of that stuff. What do people not overwhelmingly understand that we are under our landmass is under occupation? Literally, it's under occupation. They have military forces on our land.
Had military forces on our land. This is not some new stuff.
not nothing new. It's been for years.
They've been occupied.
So if we got 50 Moors down at the courthouse and they call in the National Guard 5,000 strong, what the fuck was 50 gonna do against 5,000? You got to understand, to a certain extent, it's only so much we can do to more of us wake up and start enforcing these issues about our land. It's our shit.
Yep.
Our problem is people like Yannick. Our problem is people like everybody on this list right here who they're not doing their job. That's the problem.
That? What is this? Because the two names at the bottom piss me off, and every name on it pissed me the hell off. What is this? What is this thing?
Yeah, that was the name of the list. Khalifa Media found some old notes when she was writing down all the traders.
Wow.
Whenever that time was. Found the list of all the traders, and then she posted that.
We put him in a tomb. Don't say his name, but we put him in a tomb. He wanted to be a tomb. We put him in a tomb.
Disappeared quick fast.
Right? And then look, the wild Indians hate Moors, but they joined up with the dirty Masonic Moor just to subjugate and try to go against Prophet, right? Calling them Walter, calling them Thomas to get your face caved, right? This is the craziest part. I did my little being newsy. Mr. Put in a Tomb, this is his new name, Put in a Tomb. Mr. Put in a Tomb is doing a video with Wild Indian Lazy Eye Tomahawk Tony guy screaming, "Look at these niggers, these sloths." Who? Why do you have a list? Why are you so angry, sir? These niggers, these sloths. Where did you learn about it? Where did you get any of your knowledge from? This guy learned off of damn Yaffa Bay. Like, come on, dude. Like, Yaffa Bay is a mug. So anyway, he's running around here trying to tell people they can't be Moors, but trying to force Indian onto them. And I don't get it. It's like, we respect y'all. We don't run around calling y'all Moors no more. F it. We'll just let Ahanu Kiel come on their channel and say it every single time, and they never argue with him. One peep. Not one peep. We let Asir do it. That they more. Chief Holiday was so mad he did a damn video the next day, like 3 years ago when Asir went on there. He went crazy on there. Y'all, I know if this is more all that. Everybody respected him. That was on Todd Data page. Chief Holiday went crazy the next day, but didn't say, he didn't send a video to that. He didn't ask Asir to come on the damn thing and talk to him. Asir don't argue. He'll talk to you. And then at the end of it, y'all both gonna be agreeing because you're gonna be like, damn, why am I even mad at this brother? Same thing he did the damn Turtle Gang. Dirty ass who said that his father was a damn Moorish science temple, and then now you run around here with Narragansett repping for the damn Native Americans, getting paid off. Him and two whatever his name is.
Two Hawks.
Two Hawks. All these two niggas.
Two Hawks.
Two Hawks, Tomahawk Tony, and then watch this. Tomahawk Tony is helping Two Hawks recruit people.
Yeah.
Two Hawks work for the Native American. So y'all trying to tell people they Native American and kill off their Native American Mer ancestry. Some of us was here before. Then people came over here with their red man. If you know the history of the Miramar Caves and expedition, there was a man named Florentino Ameghino where he discovered fossils and stone tools that put us back 300 years in this land. I mean, my fault. 3 million years. 3 million years in this land. Ain't no Indian tribe that go back that far. Ain't none of them that go back that far. And then if you see, we can shut this down easy. Where's the Indians with their own language treaties? Stand up.
And why is it always Europeans making the Indian dictionaries?
Mm.
How come the Indians don't make their own dictionary?
Mm.
How come? Because Moors, we already know we taught them Europeans. We already know we taught them, so obviously they're gonna put out our stuff. We already know we taught them. But
Yep.
you people say they're the colonists and they're the invaders and they're the whatever. So shouldn't you have your own stuff?
We're gonna kill them more. We're killing them.
You have your
I'm
own
killing them.
stuff.
And you sent me that video of the Moors when it was on here the other day, debating with the Negroes, and the people thought that they was Arawak and all the craziness. My great-great-grandma is Wainahata Bay. I had to find that. They would have told me she was Arawak. Let's deal with it. You got an Arawak on the island. You got an Arawak on the mainland. But who brought the word Arawak? Look, Larawak ain't Lakono. Larawak ain't Carib. So where does Arawak come from? Arawak is definitely not Americapana, Amaracapana. Definitely not that. So where does Arawak come from? Guess what, guys? There was a man or a group of men called Christ Offerer of Columbus, or Christ Offerer Colonizers, right? They so-called supposedly sailed over here, thought they was going to India, lost, right? Wounded up on some islands, couldn't speak the languages of the people on the islands. So one of the Portuguese hopped out and tried another language he knew, and it worked. It was called Taino. Taino. Now watch this. What is a Taino? A Taino is, watch this. A Taino is somebody who comes over from Portugal, sees the people and their customs, and then makes a name of something that sounds like something that they do. And then people from the island roll with it. Why? Because the invader got them to go against the original people of the island. The original people on the island were called Guanahata Bay. How you can tell that's true is because the Taino worship a god named Atabey. Why is Atabey have Bay in it, and why is her name the last part of Guanahata Bay?
Why is it that there's a family line? Why is it that there's a family line of Guyana called the Days? What is Days doing over here? I thought that was some over there stuff. What are Days doing over here? So Atabey, that's indigenous, they're here. Guyanese, they got Day family line over here. Mm-hmm. So what do you mean? What do you mean? How do we know that we're Moors? What do you mean how?
Or like Dr. Savy's daughter with the feds on breaking down Roatan Islands, the Bay Islands. That's in the same quadrant of the Bahama region that my grandmama come from. They come from Eleuthera though. See, Eleuthera was the word that they put on there to come from Eureka. Called it either mean free or discovery, or like found something new. So so when you look up Eleuthera, it means liberty. But for you to be here, the Guanahata Bay had to be extinct. Did you ask the Arawak Negroes that? Ask them who the Guanahata Bays is. I bet you they either don't know or they tell you some ignorant stuff like they're extinct. Oh, I'm sitting right in front of you though.
No, but even on that level, let's just say they're extinct. Obviously, you guys weren't the first people then, right? If there are people before you here called Bay,
boom,
and they're extinct, then who the hell are you new people?
Right. And how come you don't know about them if you've been here? It was them. It was these South Africa, Cujo. They were the coolies. South Africa. When you look at the people of South Africa, it looks like New York. It's mixed breed. It's everybody. It's all different. They have Malays down there. They have pale skins. They have Africans. They have us Moors over there. There's so more Malay. That's a whole wave of a certain type of Asian that's in South Africa. off the coast of Africa, they got a land called an island called Cape Verde. Cape Verde is a bunch of everybody in Cape Verde looks like people from Mexico, Dominican Republic here, Puerto Ricans here. That's how they look, right? So when they come over here with the Yobo telling them what to do or whatever, they learn a certain language in a certain school in a certain area, they start calling themselves Chickasaw or some crap like that. And you're like, hold up, I don't remember you from the damn family. I don't remember you from the family cookout. Who is you?
Oh, yeah,
we've been here. Never. Lie to me in my land.
Let's take one out of Kush Day's book right now. Let's read something since people want to get read to. Let's read something. This is from The Hidden Nation by brother Atazaz Bey. The Indian Races of North and South America by Charles Brownell, page 15. Some theorists have indefatigably followed up the idea that we are to search for the lost tribes of Israel among those red men of America and have found or fancied resemblance otherwise accountable between Indian and Hebrew words, ceremonies, and superstitions. Others have exhibited equal ingenuity in carrying out a comparison between the Moors of Africa and the Americas, claiming to establish a near affinity in character and complexion between the two races. They suppose the Moorish spread over the whole continent. What more you want? You need more than that? The Moorish spread over the whole continent. Those are the 3 million year ago people that had hatchets and all that stuff that they're finding. Because it's not an illusion. The Moors are the founders of civilization. You know what founders of civilization are? Founders of civilization aren't grass skirt people running around in the bushes, killing buffalo and all that. That's not founders of civilization. Those are modern people. Juali said ancient when he referred to the Moors. Juali said ancient when he referred to the Moabites. Juali said ancient when he referred to foremothers and forefathers. Ancient. There's a reason why he said ancient. Ancient Canaanites. Stop the foolishness.
Since time immemorial. For those that don't know, that means before there was any record of time, before they could even keep track of time.
Did Moors own property on Black Wall Street? All them people were Moors in Black Wall Street. All of them were Moors. Why? Because they came out of the Trail of Tears. What's the Trail of Tears? The Trail of Tears when they were starting to move the Moors off their own land because they wanted to be Indians and black guys and Negroes, and they wanted to be all the fictions. And once you're a fiction, you don't have rights. Once you're a fiction, go ask, oh, there's the Moor right there. He's in Sheikh Mexum. He could tell you about Move 9 and all that stuff and them dropping bombs on them. Same stuff they did to Black Wall Street guys.
Come on. You cannot talk to me about black people getting killed. Come on, shut up. They did this so bad, bro. It was so bad. People who was shook was making it seem like it was okay.
Oh yeah, and take note too.
Oh no, brother, they was dirty. They was dirty. They had to get them out of here. I was like, they killed them with a bomb, stupid. What about the other people around the block that did 5 blocks was taken out? Sweet. What about the other people that died? They like, well, brother, I wasn't there. Shut up. Why are you all hype about it then? Don't see, you don't know about, you never read about Move. You just heard somebody say it, and it should be ashamed of yourself because you come from Sheikh Mexum. Where's that? Shut up. Because so when people that live here, I can't even talk to them about it because it's too. Black people have this problem where if they're making you feel bad about their destruction, it's okay. But if the other guy who's beating him, let him know, nigga, look what we did to you. then it's too much. It's like, oh, well, the white man, he always had power over us, and we had to eat off the scraps in the soul food movie, and then we still keep eating like that after Big Mama died. That's how I think about them. They just. Well, I got another read, Morris. Now.
One quick thing again. Peanut King, king of peanuts or whatever like that. Where's the cashew king? Where's the walnut king? Where's all these?
I was just finna get on that grade sheet when I saw that comment.
Right. I know. I think you missed. I think you missed the first part. Let's just add something to your stuff there. It's all about we're American Negroes, right? Let's just add this. Write this book down. Make sure you go get it. Don't be just a listener. Go get the book. Olivet Hotel, African Europeans, page 3. The construct of Negro, unlike the terms African, Moor, or Ethiop, suggested no situatedness in time. That is history or space. That is ethno or political geography. The Negro had no civilization, no cultures, no religions, no history, no place, and finally, no humanity that command consideration. So we're not Negro Americans and all that BS. We're not Negro. Drew Ali told us in the 20s that we're not Negro, black, and colored, and we're still riding with that even in 2022, that we're not Negro. So stop it.
That's weak though. Like I'm a Negro. Okay, I'm a Negro. Let's do that. Peanut King, Books are for Idiots. That says a lot. So let's go into this. Now, Morris, nobody's going to read this to you. None of these people are going to read this to you. And the ones that do read it, they're not going to damn admit where it's coming from. They're going to sit there and read it like it was theirs. So we go from the Kraken. Listen, Morris, this is called the Kraken. I'm on page 13. This is what Toriano Obashango L had the know-how and due diligence to put on record in 2014. 2014. 20014. More. When Obama was talking about whatever, this was on the record already. This is on the record. So what I'm reading to you is already on the record. You look this up, read it first, and then make your own documents. This is all our knowledge. But do cite the author first, Toriano Obashango L. So we'll start here. I start from the middle. Wait, I should share my screen just so people can see what this is. And it's crazy. Like people, the way they act with Toriano, it's almost like they think he's not a Moor or something. He's a scientist of a Moor. So this is the Kraken. I know it looks confusing, but I know where I'm at, so I can just cut through and read it. So it says, we're talking about our ancestry compared to what's so-called Negro and so-called Native American ancestry. Our ancestry compared to Native American and so-called Negro. Boom. Now you see right here where I'm at, right? As previously cited from the author and archaeologist Carlos Cuervo Marquez, the so-called Negroid people are the Tonchans of the Americas, and the root race upon which the so-called Red American Indian people, so that's the Mongoloid people, right? Red American Indian people of North and South America were subsequently formed. The so-called Red American Indians came from the so-called Negroid Tonchans in America, gene pool, not the other way around. Their phenotype is approximately 5,000 to 10,000 years old. Straight hair, pale skin, 5,000 to 10,000 years old. We are the mothers and fathers of humanity, and it is the divine law to honor thy father and mother. Some men and women falsify history from ill intent, but the blood by nature tells the truth. For example, let us examine the false history of the American colonial period that is taught within the public and private educational system of the United States. We are found with a question that arises, which presents a dilemma to the logical minds of some people. That question is, Why do I, Toriano L, right, contain indigenous native North American, South American anatomical DNA? If we use the history of chattel captivity, not slavery, Moors are not Slavic. On the record, Moors, 2014.
Say that again. They missed that part.
If we use the history of chattel captivity, not slavery, Moors and Moors are not Slavic. This is taught within the public and private educational system of the United States. We know that the plantation or plantation slave masters of the South did not allow their valuable captives to take a vacation and to go southwestern United States, Central and South America, to create children with indigenous native North Americans, South Americans, just for the captivities to bring their children from the Union back to the plantation. So that plantation slave master could use the children in a gene pool for chattel breeding. This is economically impossible for fear that their chattel human assets would escape. So the only logical explanation for the anatomical DNA to be present in my genetic makeup is that my ancestors were already here prior to European colonialism.
Islam.
Now the Pistachio King don't want to join either.
Oh yeah, right. Hey.
They all want to talk in the chat, man. When they're invited to come and get this smoke, they don't want to smoke. So they shut the fuck up and sit there and just listen.
So we looking at but let's go into Prophet. Let's go into Noble Drew Ali real quick, because I love it. When we pull up certain Moors, it's a certain energy he just put on me. Like I feel a certain lightness after reading that. It only crystallizes when I chase it with the Prophet, because the Prophet, man, this dude, whole nother level. Resources. So y'all, I want y'all to see. No, is it this one? Where I want to go. This ain't the right Quran. Holy. So you got to see this, because we always read chapter 7, right? But we don't. 47. But there's a part in there I want to really. It's right. It's crazy because it's in the beginning of the verse. Y'all really got to get this. Prophet was a mastermind. Hold on. Yeah, I know where we're going. I know exactly where we're going. So,
where the smoke at? You niggas want to read books all day instead of doing activities. Where the smoke at? Weak ass niggas.
Ching. Islam.
What have you done?
Half you niggas ain't even Negroes. That's why y'all niggas want to be something else. Half you niggas ain't Negroes. Y'all niggas ain't even from America. Half you niggas Jamaicans. Half you niggas Caribbean niggas. That ain't us, nigga.
Isn't that America?
Isn't that
America?
This guy got that energy I like, though. He got that energy I like. I need that.
Isn't that America?
Nigga, I'm a black American, my nigga. Y'all don't understand where we come from.
Hold on, Ching. Isn't Jamaica and the Caribbean America?
Fuck no, ain't no America. That's that dumb shit y'all listen to.
Where is it? Where
my grandmother ain't no fucking Jamaican. My grandmother ain't no Caribbean. My grandmother a Negro.
Where is that located? Where's Jamaica located?
In Jamaica.
No, where's Jamaica?
In Jamaica.
Where's Jamaica? That's an island.
Y'all want to play word games? Y'all read these.
Like brother used to say, get them the hell out of here.
Okay.
Get them the hell out of here.
Back to circle 7, like I was saying. Let's get us confused where we were at. We're not doing that no more. We're not dealing with no damn mental.
You talking about mental patient? You
so
don't even know geography.
It says right here. The inhabitants of Africa, listen, Moors, listen close to your prophet. Listen, forget the Negro. The inhabitants of Africa are the descendants of the ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Now, Moors, you mean to tell me the first Africans didn't come from Africa? They descended from Canaan? So, where the hell's Canaan? Old man Cush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa. First inhabitants of Africa, right? Who came from? Who they had to journey from their homeland to go to Africa first. Meaning they weren't Africans. They were from Canaan. They were Canaanites. Keep the story. Don't trip up with the damn names. His father Ham and his family were second to going to Africa, right? Then came the word Ethiopia, which means demarcation, right? Of the dominion of Amexem, the first and true divine name of Africa. Now watch this. Do you know that Pangea is Darwinism? The concept of Pangea comes from Charles Darwin, right? So why wouldn't a prophet just say, yeah, the ancient name of Africa is Pangea, you know, because it was all one land. Why would he not say that? Because Charles Darwin had came up with the concept. Oh, this Pangea, y'all, was one land. Charles Darwin. So when the prophet comes through in his science, he says that instead of saying Pangea, use a Mexem. Why? Because it represents the true and divine name of the world, aka Africa. The Yoruba likes to say, we all come from Africa. He's saying we all come from the world. The world was one. He calls it Africa. We call it a Mexem. Darwin called it Pangea, right? So the point that we understand is, if the world is still one at this time that he's talking, where in the hell is Northwest world? It's one, mind you, it's one. He says it's called Northwest Amexem. Well, let's keep on going. North, east. Okay, and Northwest and Southwest is his father's dominion of Africa. Northwest, Southwest world. So that would be like the Western Hemisphere, right? The whole West. It says Northeast, Southeast is Cush's, land, Islam Kush. The West is his father's land, Ham. That's Ham's land. We go Ham over here, right? No pause on the pork though. So West, talking about Western Hemisphere. In Arabic, if I want to say Western, I'm going to say the Al-Maghrib or the Al-Maghrib or the Al-Maghribu or Al-Maghribi or Al-Maghribiya. So that's what I'm saying, West. If I'm saying far West, I'm saying Maghribiya Aqsa. If I'm saying, well, West, but not all the way far West, near to where we are, you say Al-Maghrib al-Adana or Adna. Al-Maghrib al-Adna. Yeah. Al-Adna. They say the A is extra, like they'd be like Al-Maghrib al-Adna, right? Adna means near West. So in other words, that's the kingdom of Morocco is Adna. Al-Aqsa is us, right? And then when you're talking about their Morocco, it's called the Al-Mamlaka al-Maghribiya or Al-Maghribi al-Mamlaka. Mamluk. Mamlaka, Mamluk, right? That means Arabian or Arab Morocco. Now we can go into the Arab. They really mean Saudi. Arab is dark-skinned person. Saudi is what they be having with the eyes all squinty. They look kind of like Asian, but like a dirty sand Asian. That's called Saudi. Well, we keep going. Southwest. If this is before earthquake, he has to be talking about North and South America. Many years after his brother in Asia and all that, from the Holy Loins join him. Listen, many years, right? The brethren from Asia. Well, where's Asia? Right next to what do you call it? Alaska, right? Then they talk about a land, some land bridge. They said the Beringia Bridge. Prophet didn't say nothing about a bridge. He just said many years the brethren from Asia and the Holy Lands joined him. So we talking about a people coming from Siberia, Russia area into America. But watch this. We was already here. So when they talk about, Native Americans came to America, we was already here. And then I just read Toriano dealing with the genetics and the red man not being, he's only 5,000 to 10,000 years old. He couldn't have been, right? So when the prophet kills it on 7, the dominion and habitation extend northeast. That's all the way. That's northeast world. So Europe, North Africa, that area. all the way southwest Africa, which would be South America. Didn't they say that they came to South America first? Now watch it, across the Great Atlantic, even to the North, South, Central America, Mexico, Atlantis Islands, before the Great Earthquake. So they wasn't lost. They was following an ancient trade route that the Moors had. That's why they was over there in Spain dealing with the Moors. The Moors had the damn maps and the trade routes from America to get to America. You couldn't get to the Americas without the Piers Reef map. The Moors had that. So
you couldn't get to America without the Moors.
Without the Moors. Period.
Peace, Grand Sheik. I just sent a little message or whatever real quick. I'm gonna jump off here. I got some errands to run with my children. But thank you, brother. Thank you again, as always. Another great bill. Peace and love to all the honorable, upright Moors. Peace, give honors to the mother, honors to the prophet. Islam.
Islam more.
So when you see it, see those type of things and understand it from like a Moor who gets it, the prophet never said that we came from Africa, none of that stuff. Y'all got to understand what Africa is and what it was, but like in the ancient time. Like it's better to say a Mesum or Africa than saying Pangea. Pangea is like Darwinism, Africa too, just like fake, but he says a Mesum, so it takes it off of all of their agendas. But we're talking about a world before it was split. So Southwest Africa, he don't mean Africa today. He's talking about when the world was one. So that would be America.
Oh, quick question. Peanut King, how come Baltimore is not called Balta Negro if Negroes are from Baltimore?
Peanut King got to tell me what law he using to identify himself. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear your damn snuffering. I don't want to hear your sniffling and your snarling. I don't want to hear all your damn emotions. Just tell me answers, bro. And we don't need your emotions for your logic. What law are you using to identify yourself on this land? What's your name on this land? Identify yourself on this earth plane, sir. What's that blood do? Put him on. I want to know where he's from, because I can speak to this man.
He's from Baltimore, not Balta Negro, but he's a Negro though.
Baltimore, Maryland. So what's your history like? When your people get out of slavery? When they release y'all from Balta, Negro.
By the way he talked, he's still a slave.
Yeah, I'll scream.
Oh yeah. Obashango said we can't be slaves. Oh yeah.
Too old for that.
Oh yeah.
He just lost. He don't know.
For real. That's
crazy.
crazy.
He got on here screaming, but he's on here watching us. How did you even find this channel?
Oh, here he comes again.
How did you find this channel? No, I'm mute.
What's your question again?
Where you from, bro?
I'm from Baltimore City, and it's 65% Black Negroes.
Cool. Where your family come from?
Baltimore and Virginia.
Boom. When your family in Virginia, did they always tell you was Negroes, or did they ever say, baby, we Indians, we Cherokee?
No, Negroes. Everybody we round Negroes. We ain't grow up with no Caribbeans, no Jamaicans, no Puerto Ricans. Baltimore City is all Black, real Negroes.
No, I didn't ask you that. I said, did your grandparents ever tell you?
My grandma just told you that before. My grandma, we Negroes.
Your grandma thought y'all was Negroes?
My grandmother's a Negro. My father is a Negro. Why are you trying to take it to somewhere else? We not nothing else, bro.
Where did they learn they was Negroes from?
They didn't learn it. Why you gotta learn you a Negro is in you? You don't learn you Negro. Negro is in you.
Okay. You learn everything.
You don't learn everything. When you was a baby, was you a Moor? Was your mother and father wearing a hat that you wearing now? No.
I had to learn it, sir.
You had to learn it. That's something you learn, bro. You don't learn. You don't know Negro. That's why I can tell there's a bunch of foreigners that's trying to teach us who we are.
When you couldn't speak, you knew you were Negro.
Of course, I seen my mother.
But that's what I'm saying. You didn't have the word to identify what it was. You had to learn that more. You didn't know
It's
no language.
already in us when we come here. What we are. We don't have to learn nothing.
What language? So you know how to speak English when you came out the womb, Jesus?
What you talking about? Is everybody get taught the same language? That's self-explanatory, bro. Stop trying to mix things up.
Cool. What does Negro mean?
Negro means a black experience, a black people experience in America. We was made. We different from everybody else. Why you think we got niggas like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, that we special blacks? We ain't no other kind of black people in the world. Why you think everybody in the world always talk about us, put us down, gotta have their story about us? Why everything on the back of us?
All right, let me get my all right, yeah. That's I'll take that. That makes sense. Is Negro an English word?
It could be. It could be anything. Spanish, English.
Oh, it's Spanish or English.
It could be. I don't read books. The books keep you in the square.
I don't have no book in front of me right now. I'm just asking you questions.
I'm talking about the books y'all read, just like y'all saying y'all Moors. They said they Hebrew Israelites. It's a whole bunch of y'all confused brothers that grew up, ain't had no leading skills.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
No, bring his ass back. I'm about to take the for him. I got the work for more. I was bored. I was about to dig his face in, dog.
We don't need him to give him that work. Give him that work. We don't need him to give him that work.
He was a Negro, but the Negro Spanish word. I'm a Negro. I'm mi Negro. Mi un Negro. That's what he said. Mi un Negro. Y su patirara. Mi Negro. That's what he said.
What the hell?
Chasing this fool around. So you can't be Negro because that's the Spanish word, but you're speaking English. He said black. You can't be black because black is a color and you don't blend in. In black, we're not even going to deal with the etymology basics. If I put my hand on a black jacket, I don't blend in. So already, why am I calling myself what's not, I don't even look like it. So why call myself what I don't even look like? That has nothing to do with me. So if I get knocked upside my head with a black nightstick and smacked with a black gun and brought to court, and they're like, hey, do you know why this happened to you? And I'm looking at everything. Oh, I got hit by the black nightstick. I get hit with a black gun. That's because I'm black. It didn't happen until I said that. The Christian black code still exists. What else? Oh, yeah. Watch this, Morris. This is where we kill them. This is where we kill them. This is the problem with Juneteenth and the slave narrative. Other than we weren't, but this is the biggest problem. Ayobos can never tell that story fully because they will have to admit to the Negro that he was never released from slavery. He released him from being a war tool for insurrection against the United States. So you got released as property, but not freed from ownership. You're still.
Think about how crazy it is that he got released as property, and then his whole family is stuck in that time warp.
It's still Negro, but Negro is a word that nigger or niger is a word that Moors used in ancient Latinum, which was South America into Mexico and all the way over to where they had the Roman throne at in Spania, Extremadura. But forgot what I was going to say. There.
Negro distracted you. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Peace, brother Malik.
Islam, family. Islam. Yo, he just set his whole generation back with that, man. He just said it. His ancestors turning over in their graves with that one. They turned it over in their graves with that one. And then, like I always say, these people don't realize when they come on here and they saying stuff like that, this is public record. So you just put on the record to the whole world that you a slave before the world. Negro is not a bloodline. If that is, show me that landmass. Because in order to be a people, As we've been saying since the beginning, in order to be a people, you must have land, history, and culture. Where is the land called Negro? Where is that history of Negro? What have they done? What have they created? Negro, that word etymologically don't go past the 1500s. So if that word don't go past the 1500s and we've been here thousands and thousands of years, what were we before Negro? Because in order for you to learn who you are, you have to be taught that. You didn't come out your mother's womb knowing your name. You didn't come out 10 seconds old right out of your mama. Yo, take me to the store. I need this. I need that. You didn't come out doing that. You had to learn that. Just like they had to learn this cognitive dissonance that they suffer from, that learned behavior to be Negroes instead of being who you are as more. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is forever the funniest shit ever. Like I had to get on after hearing it because that's what keeps setting Negroes back. People like that, for one, they're illiterate. They lack the ability and the willfulness to even sit down and fathom and listen to real information. Not even just coming from their own, they lack the ability to take in any information, period. And that's why you get that display that you got. Huffing and puffing, every word was Negro. Every word that he was saying was nigga or Negro. He couldn't even fully explain nothing else but Negro, and couldn't even explain that. Just like when you asked him, where's Jamaica? He said in Jamaica. So Jamaica is its own place. Jamaica makes up all these other places, or Jamaica is an island appendage of something else. Did it break off from something else to become an island? When did it break off? It broke off from America.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's simple. But that's the difference from talking to a Moor who study and what he calls a Negro. And I yield the floor on it.
Islam more.
Oh, I just found it. I just remembered. I had to get the book too. So this is called Light and Truth by Robert Benjamin Lewis.
Oh, good book.
Light and Truth, Robert Benjamin Lewis, Morris.
Great book.
So that we on page 339. And this chapter is called The Ancient Arabians. It says the Saracens or Moors from Arabia brought into Europe the figures of arithmetic and the letters of the alphabet about 991 years AC. So for you to create the word Negro, you had to have the Moorish letters and the arithmetic to know what the numerical value would be. The word Negro. Negro is derived from the Latin term nigger, meaning black. The following terms and definitions are in the American edition of Dr. Walker's Dictionary. Moor, a marsh, a fen, a Negro. Marsh, a fen, a bog, a swamp, a plant. Moorish, fenny, marshy, Negro, blackmoor. In Dr. Johnson's Dictionary, American edition by Reverend Joseph Hamilton, Massachusetts, 1810, we find these words thus defined: black, dark, cloudy, mournful, wicked. Black, a Negro, a dark color. Mourning, moor, a Negro. Marsh, fen, bog. Moorish or Maury, marshy, fenny. Negro, a blackamoor, a Moor. In the Dictionary for Schools by Dr. Webster's American edition, we find these words thus defined: Negro, an African by birth or a descendant of one of full blood. Moor, a black man, a marsh. Marsh, a low ground. Negro, a blackmoor, a slave. A mean wretch. Moor, a black. Marshy, watery ground. Marsh, a fen, bog, swamp, watery ground. In Dr. Webster's definition of the complexion of skin, he calls it the blood of Africa or their descendants as follows: Mangroom is all black, full blood. Sambo, 3/4 blood. Mulatto, half blood. quadroon, quarter blood. Mestizo, half quarter. Niger. Niger, a Latin word, was formerly used by the Moors, the old Romans. Say Rome backwards, you get Emor. To designate any black, inferior object and plant of marsh, flat, moist ground, bog, or animal. Moors use the word negro to talk about dark objects, darkened ground, darkened waters, swamp and shit, and an animal. Black panther, black leopard, black goat. And this fool come up on here talking, I'm black man, I'm black negro. silly face. When was this book written? This book was written 1844, so you late.
1844. You're late. Super late.
More type this word, type these 4 words in and see what it says. No, it's 3 words, my fault. We tall did. And say it real fast.
Crazy.
We tall did. We tall it. We tall it. We tall did, ass nigga. So yeah.
Murphy, are you NOI? Are you NOI, Murphy? Because you're talking about Muhammad and you're talking about Islam and all this stuff, and people are red, black, orange, blue, and all that. Are you like what? We know the other guy. He's Negro, so he's plantation property. We're not even concerned with him. What
and
you
a
got?
lot of people believe Allah is a Russian also agent.
Murphy. Push the link, Murphy. Murphy Brown. Push the link. You Murphy Brown, you American with European name ass Negroes. You know, we know y'all are Negroes. Look at your names. You Murphy. How you American, and that's it. But more is in your name, Murphy. Hey, Murphy, you know MUR is more, Murphy?
That's RoboCop.
Hey, Murphy, you know MUR is more, Murphy? You know that? You know Murphy's not American, right? Murphy's a Moor. Only way you're American is if you're Moorish American. That's it. Anybody else in America claiming that they're whatever, playing games. Stop playing games. We aren't the ones. You guys might be able to go on your black platforms and all these Moors out here with their little platforms playing games with you and play games with them. We ain't playing games with you people out here. 0 games with you people. Oh, your name Moor and you're telling me that you're American. And then you're not putting more on American? Well, let's ask Brother Kasir this question. Brother Kasir, why does nationality mean so much?
Because nationality, from a divine perspective first, because we divine first, nationality is tying back to the female sense of the higher self and the masculine sense of the higher self, which was separated when you came into the flesh on Friday. Why nationality is so important? Because connecting to it in the physical plane aligns you up in the spiritual plane with who you are. Your days will be longer, and on the deeper note of things, you don't own anything as the status you're in now. You can't own because your masters can't own. They're bankrupt, and you're a 14th Amendment citizen. Chattel ward property of war. You never rebutted the 14th Amendment. You never rebutted the damn bankruptcy. You never rebutted any of these people's public policies. You never rebutted the fact that any of these people without bonds that are backed by silver are dead, civilism mortuus in the eyes of the law in them seats. Are those seats theirs? Or are they reserved and holding them for a certain time? Are they clothed in the authority that represents those seats? So when you ask me, why do you need a nationality? Why do you need to breathe air to live?
Islam. So wouldn't my nation actually be Ham if we're talking large scale? Anciently, it's that. Modernly, it's more.
Yeah.
It's real
and
simple.
if you want to play with what the European knows you as, Ham and Pan was both used by the ancient Ahuacan people in Americas. Called themselves Amaru, the Amaru, when they was calling the Empire Amaru. The cross was called Amaru. The emperor was called the Khan. So Amaru Khan, you know, it just means this is you gotta get a book called the Discovery of the Name of the Americas. Look that book up, please, and read it. And it'll tell you in there that the word America comes from tamarike. This is the word that was word Moors mixed with they try to say the people that came in and conquered the Moors, but no, they talk about Moorish language mixed with Hebraic Spanish or Sephardic Spanish or Sephardic Jewish. Basically, a Jew that could speak Spanish and him with the damn Moor that spoke classical Arabic created the word tamarike, the hard grunts of the mad. That's from a certain dialect.
And you could also do your research on the United Sons of Ham of America and realize that Ham is a secret society. If you're saying Ham in America, that ain't no nation of people. That's a nigger lodge. If you're saying you're Ham in America.
Oh, when they do that, when they put that on, what? See, I can't stand, because these people love to try to take our blood lineage and stuff and the things that lead us back to being us, and they put in our lives and bastardize it with all these tricks and trades.
I think that was like 1860 something. 1860 something.
It was after the damn treaty.
1860 something. I can't remember the date exactly, but I remember them being some colored infantry BS, some colored infantry whoever's that didn't get their rights and all that stuff, so they started saying their fraternal organization and all that stuff to be respected.
That 1861 Senate DA, like right after that, that's when you start seeing all these black people. Matter of fact, if we really do be real cool, Joe, since the Indian Removal Act, you had so-called black people popping up like, I'm black, I want to go over there. Remember Black Wall Street? Those are a bunch of people who left their ancestral land for provisions and you know, privileges. And look what happened. Sarah Rector was born out of that. But you had to give up your land from the southeast to be migrated over to the west. Of course, they built Wall Street out of it. Moorish Wall Street. Attontion is Wall Street first. We'll talk about that. They did amass that. But in it, look at what happened. It all got burned down by James Wormley Jones, like that agent. They sent him out there. He set up bombs and blew that place to the smithereens after getting the Ayobos living outside of the community of Tulsa pissed off that the blacks were making so much money. So, you know, it's just that Negro history, there is no history there but pain and anguish and being crucified on crosses. But Moorish history, you have a time where they crucified the prophets and stuff like that, but it all comes from a source. It's cosmic, and there is no bottom to that knowledge barrel. You just keep going down. It's like, damn, it's Moorish knowledge book is like Mary Poppins book. Mary Poppins bag. It just keeps going down and down and down and down. There is no bottom to it.
Oh, here's one for you. Oh, go ahead, Malik. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was just gonna read because they asking why is nationality important, and I'm gonna break something down where to show you the difference from being Moorish and being Negro. Now this is House Joint Resolution number 75. Now this is from these hybrid Europeans' perspective. Now I'm gonna show you why they respect Moors and why they don't respect Negroes. Mr. Wiccan, Mr. Speaker, I desire at this time to call upon resolution number 75, printers number 1034. The resolution was read by clerk as follows. In the House of Representatives, April 17, 1933, many sons and daughters of the proud and handsome race which inspired the architecture of Northern Africa and carried into Spain the influence of its artistic temperaments have become citizens of this nation. In the city of Philadelphia, there exists a Moorish American society made up of Moors who have found here the end of their quest for a home, and of the children of those who journeyed from the plains of Morocco. Now, for those Moors that want to jump in and say, oh, they saying from Morocco. Well, when was that kingdom established? April 7th, 1956. Now, this resolution is from 1933, and they talking about they're from Morocco. Okay, so they showing you the difference of jurisdictions, also the difference of statuses as well. That's one way. Now I'm gonna keep going. This society has done much to bring about a thorough assertion by these people of those principles which are necessary to make them good American citizens. These Moorish Americans have since being here missed the use of their titles, names, and annexations, which means things that was prior that were so familiar at home and which are used in accordance with the doctrines of religious faith. So they're telling you that it's not just religious, that is used in religious faith, but that's not the blanket of it. Okay. Faith to which they are adherents, therefore be it resolved that the House demands the Moorish American Society of Philadelphia for the efficient service it has rendered to the nation in bringing about a speedy and thorough Americanization of these former Moors. So if they was former Moors and now being called Negro, why didn't they say former Negro? Because that's not a bloodline. Why did they say former Moors? Because they lost nationality by claiming to be black and Negro. They didn't say they was former Negro. They didn't say they was former black. They said they was former Moors. Why are they former? Because they gave up nationality to be Negro, black, and colored. And Indian. Throw that in there too. Because they're not excluded. All those tribes, I'm from this Indian tribe and all that, those are contemporary. Soon as you hear them, oh, I'm Cherokee, I'm Blackfoot, I'm Choctaw, now that's European words. That's words that the European placed on you. More is what we told the European who we were when we got that, when we created them. We had to teach them. They had to learn the word more. They created the word Negro. They had to learn the word more. See the difference? And I yield the floor.
Islam. And before you go, Brother Kasir, and one more thing. Asir, the Duke of Tears, wore the war bonnet, and all these Indians have him on their platform. He knows that he's more. Obashango L, been Aboriginal and Indigenous, been told you that he's more. And the good brother, Ahanu L, who they ain't gonna let Obashango on, they're not gonna let Asir on, they'll let Ahanu L on their stuff every day, all day, and he keep kicking them in the face that we're Moors. Don't get it effed up. Islam, Brother Kush.
Islam, boys.
What's good, Moor?
Yo, I had to jump on the beam out. Because this shit lit. This shit lit. Straight up. I mean, yo, listen, really, I just wanted to just jump on the beam out, man. Let y'all know, man. Keep up the work, because this right here, this whole beam, I've been listening. This whole beam, I've been fire. Dude jumped on the beam out, talk about Negro, and I'm a Negro. Fam, Cujo hit him in the head real quick. How you a Negro and you live in Baltimore? How's that work? Then Kasir, yo, you've been slicing.
Slicing and dicing.
You've been slicing, G. So really, I just jumped on the beam out, man. Tell y'all, man, keep up the great work, fam. I'm enjoying this whole beam out, fam. I'm talking about it's the rise of the Moors. We not playing with none of these traitors. We not playing with none of these naysayers. We ain't playing with none of that. You getting scimitard out. That's it. Islam.
Honor to you too, more. Honors to brother Cindy out of L as well.
Yes, sir.
For continuing to cook them every day, every night. That's my go to sleep music. Listening to you more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's like the highlighter of death. More, you got that highlighter of death right there. When the highlighter come out, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I be scared like, dang.
Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate all y'all Moors, man. Real rap.
Peace, more.
Peace,
So
more.
I've been putting it together, more. Y'all seen it? I've been putting it together because we about to cook this dude. Hold up. What's his name? What did he say his name was? Like, what's his name again? Negro something?
The Chinese Negro. He came on here.
Ching. You Ching. Nah, nigga. Come on, bro. Now, what's this? Explain this to me, Ching. Yo, Ching. What's this mean? What is this? Huh? This your ancestors. 1870? Huh? Right after slavery? Huh? Let's see what happened. Why does this Negro got his hair permed and his hand is lapel standing in front of all the elbows? Oh, my fault. This ain't the book. Y'all read too much. Office of the Clerk, United States House of Representatives. This is what they read, stupid. This is what they read, dummy. You big dummy. So look.
Big dummy.
This represents
big
your
wholehearted dummy.
This represents your ancestors.
You got me saying the Fresh Prince. Ching ching.
This represents the Boule Masonic Prince Hall Blackamoors that jumped out of the pot of being a Moor and wanted to be Blackamoor Christians. Huh? They also became dispatches, spies for the British. Look at this dude. Right now, I'm gonna show y'all something. 1870. Watch how quick we jump into the reality of it. They don't look right, do they? Well, let's scroll down a little bit. Oh. Well, this picture right here. See this G, this Masonic G on the building. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
All of these is your aunts in them that was on that Indian wave. And look where they got sold out to. The Masonic Lodge. Yep. I ain't done. Go down. There you go. And then look, these people, when you read through it, these are the chiefs, Morris. These are chiefs. Look at the fez she got on. Special little jump. These are the chiefs of the nation. Right? Turban on a grandmother. These are the chiefs got sold out to Masonry. Half of them didn't even know what was going on. Like these two this mother and this chiefess of their nations, respectively. They didn't know what was going on. Look at them. They don't want to do it. Old heads don't want to do it. But watch this. Look at this, man.
Mad.
So you go through right. Look at these new ones though. He looked like he ready to go. He ready to go. I see the smirk. Grandma don't know what's going on. He is definitely ready to go. He ready to go. Like all these people, mother mad as hell. Who is this? Who is it? Dwight. Who is the white boy? The white boy. This is the white boy. His name is Dwight, D-W-I-J-T. Boy, B-O-Y. This is the white boy. 2 names. So we go down. Look. The name was Slow Turtle. Look. Oh, damn, man. God, I hate it. I hate when it's Shematar and the story of it. Thank you, Cheryl, Tony, Holly, and the information. Burns, Stanley, and Peter said that she and Slow Turtle knew Sarah well. One of them was named Slow Turtle.
Slow Turtle.
There you go, boy. There you go, right
there. Anybody see a fast turtle before?
I did more. I did more. Turtles are fast as hell.
For real.
So the whole thing is like it's backwards. Turtles is fast as hell. You gotta go to the beach, see them Jones when they get onto the land and tap the ground. They take the hell off. Fast, but like they fast. I guess it's a joke. Just call it turtle slow, but this guy has a turtle right on his apron. Aprons? Who wears aprons, Morris? Who wears aprons? Masons? Turtle apron. There go to Oyobo again. Let me show you how this turned out. Oh, damn, they got him all so. Look, they got him right there. That's crazy. The mother know it's going bad. She looked like a couple mothers I know. That's crazy.
Bummy.
Really sold our people out. Damn, look at the mother. Dog, she don't know what's about to happen. Mother pissed. With her damn nice fez with the damn feather. She pissed.
With her church hat. Church hat on.
I was gonna, you know, try to save her. So here we go, more. This is where it gets very bad. What the hell is this dude doing with his hand in his lapel? Look at these little boule bastards over here with their ties and stuff on, right? They don't got their regalia on no more, right? Who the hell is this dude? Who is this? Who the hell is this? Who is these people? Oh, more. Do you see what's happening? You see what they're doing? Look. Her, there she go. Who are these? Who is that? 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 And who is that? Who is that? Like, more. There you go back there. You see? This is them bringing in the mixed breed people to get us out of being Indian. After this, none of the dark-skinned people was known as Indian no more. They was all black and Negroes and slaves forever. All the other people, like these mixed breed looking people, they got to become the Indians after that. Latif is going crazy right now on a Maxim almanac. He broke it down. He showed out.
Killing them.
Go play it.
Oh no, just backing you that our modern European brother killing them. Killing them. Go get on that channel, go watch something.
We gotta look at this one video because I don't think y'all know about Latif. Latif been going crazy, bro. Just when you bored, just go watch all them the almanac videos,
and
bro.
They're short. They're good and short. Short. You don't even need no time. Just short.
A Maxim almanac.
They're short and sweet.
Yeah, unbeatable.
Short and sweet like a peanut.
Watch this, boy. Watch this.
Wrong. I thought I lost this article, but I found it. This is in regards to them taking over Moorish schools and making what they would call Indian schools. Nanticoke tribe, once numerous, widely scattered, wrongly called Moors. Man, I can feel the pressure in the room. Hold up. There exists in Delaware too. You're gonna have to pardon self because it's hard to read the way I'm doing it.
You probably upside down.
There exist in Delaware two separate tribes of strange races: the Moors, who are in the majority, and the descendants of the Nanticoke Indians. The Moor settlement is at Sherwold in Kent County. So Moors are the majority. I'm telling you, the people from India, they assisted Britain in taking over the Moors here, and they had babies that had melanin, and the people from India, they assisted Britain in taking over the Moors here, and the people from India, they assisted Britain in taking over the Moors here, and they had babies that had melanin, and they acted like they was the Aboriginals here, and they had babies that had melanin, and they acted like they was the Aboriginals here, and they had babies that had melanin, and they acted like they was the Aboriginals, and they acted like they was the Aboriginal, and they had babies that had melanin, and they acted like they was the Aboriginal indigenous, wrongly called Moors. Because of an error in a short history of the Nanticoke tribe, these Indians were grouped with the other element and consequently all have been called Moors because that's what the Aboriginal indigenous here was the Moors who was melanated.
See, more. That what he's showing y'all is the article is writing this bastard. What are they saying? Wrongly called Moors. According to who? Who wrote this article? If the Moors is majority in that area, and then somewhere the damn Nanticoke popped up, then why are they now trying to say that Nanticoke is their shit? And it's like, what? Like, they were the ones that got grouped into the majority of the Moors. Why are they making it seem like it's the other way around? We just dealt with Oriana. We just dealt with You gonna go in.
Wrongly called Moors. Because of an error in a short history of the Nanticoke tribe, These Indians were grouped with the other element and consequently all have been called Moors. Even the educated people of Sussex County and the Indians of other neighbors in Millborough failed to call the Indians by their right titles. It is by the title of descent of the Nanticoke Indians that the people stand in that.
Direct descent of Nanticoke Indians, but the Nanticoke Indians came after the Moors. See, boy, they literally.
And not only did they come after the Moors, but they have a short history. So why would they be the man if they're why would Moorish Science Temple be the all and be all if it was only around for a few months before Drew Ali transition?
And keep listening, Morris, because he gets into what he did with the ones that was dark skinned. You just gotta pay attention.
As such, they have often fought and been persecuted by whites and blacks. They have a useful relation with the members of the colored race. Even their church relationship is entirely under the rule of white persons.
Now, they said they have no social relation with any member of the colored race, but that's exactly who they were classifying them as, colored people. There's no such thing as colored race. We know what they were doing with that. That was a way where you can have Yobos and foreigners to claim our shit colored. Because my grandmama dark as hell. My dad's mother's dark as I don't know what, Ruby. But they got her on her death certificate listed as colored because of the Indian ancestry. But to hide it based off of 1924 on Walter Plecker, the Racial Integrity Act. That's Planned Parenthood person too. So it's all right in time. So keep going.
Now listen to this. Their church is under the Methodist Protestant denomination and is known as the Indian Mission. They register as Indian in the church and in matters connected with the civil authorities. In 1881, they had a law passed incorporating their own school district, although because of the prejudice of the legislature at the time, it is said under the Delaware law that they are known as Moorish schools. Under the Delaware law that they are known as Moorish schools. These are Indian schools. Under the Delaware law that they are known as Moorish schools. But these are Indian schools. And
how do you start a sentence with but? See, come on, yo, bro. You can't start no sentence with no prep. Listen, look, you cannot say the Delaware law said it was Moorish schools. Now they playing sovereign citizen games and going against the damn government, right? How you want to go against what the law said and just say, well, they're just Indian schools? Why? Because they're trying to steal our Indian ancestry. Okay. Well, thank you, Latif. Now we stand standards and headdress. Thank you, Latif. So we see go. Is it here? Moorish King. No, go back. Go. So this right here, I don't know if y'all can see it. It's a little bit, it's a little small, but it says right here. It is interesting to note the gradual changes that occurred in the wording of the subsequent periodical official registrations of this Moorish hat, quote unquote. In 1618, its description was faithfully reproduced over and over again. Moorish hat, Moorish hat, Moorish hat. In 1621, the word Indian was substituted for Moorish. In 1621, the word Indian was substituted for Moorish. Not the other way around. Indian came in when we were already Moorish. 1621, right? What happened a year before, 2 years before 1621? They supposedly brought African slaves here in Virginia. Yeah, we was Moors. It wasn't no African, it was Moors. 1621, Moors. As much as they hated Moors, all in your face. So watch this. Another one. Y'all know about this one.
Crazy.
This 1622 Indian Massacre, Jamestown Massacre. You came in here trying to say Moors wasn't Moors, and look what the hell happened. Mud of them dead. What? Indian Massacre for Alton, Jamestown Massacre for the attack of the Virginia colony led by a Powhatan Confederacy. Let me show y'all though. Opchana Kano. Opchana Kano sound like kind of like Opachishawaka, right? Let me show you who they really were. The Powhatan, before they were Powhatan. Let's do it. No Indian is going to tell y'all about this because they hate us. I don't know why. When I type in more talking, why does it pull them up? Why does it pull up Rappahannock people? More radical, more talking. They're hiding it. So more. This is frustrating. I gotta know the word and spell it right, because if I don't, this won't pop up. They don't tell you that damn more talkings is the first people that Sir John Smith ran into. Is the first groups. One of the first groups. Here you go. This is sickening. I'm telling y'all. I'll do it like this. There's a map that has this on it. I don't see it. These don't look like them. But there's an Indian map that got like the name of the lands or whatever, and it has more talking in there. Is this it? I don't know. Is this it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, go back. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? There. All right. Y'all see, right? Y'all see in there? Hold on. Image sizes. You gotta be a Moorish genius. Where would you find this stuff? Oh, big man. All right, cool. You more hand in his lapel again. Y'all see now? Y'all see why? It's a problem. If his hand in his lapel, black guy hand in his lapel.
Congressman Slickback.
Slickback, right. You see in between them, more talking is right here. More talking right here. So that's the these people took away the names and the ancient ancestry of Moors even being in America, and they don't talk about it. They don't talk about it at all. Here it's big for y'all.
Give honors to the prophet for resurrecting that.
Y'all see that, right? More talking. See that? So what I did was broke the word down. So what if they're saying more a Tonkin, like a Tonctionist, like an Tonkin is an Tonkin person, like a Tonctionist person. So more a talking would say more sprung from the earth. But that's what this word actually is saying. More talking. I didn't make this word up. I didn't make this map up. It's here because I know the history of the Moor Talkins in Virginia. Before they became the Powhatan, before they became the Rappahannock, their leader was named Mosca. Sagamore Mosca. And you already know.
Islam, Brother Kush.
Islam. Yo, Cool Joe.
Yeah, more.
I just wanted to make an interjection real quick for the more. It's funny that Brother Kasir just said what he just said. Because this is for the more out there that's talking about Baltimore. And shout out to my brother Jamal Talib Abdullah Squirrelfoot Bay for the literature. Are you confused about law? Fam, he got a page in here where it says there were 7 cities that did a proclamation in 2012. Chicago, Omaha, Washington, Charlotte, North Carolina, Baltimore, Maryland, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Lynchburg, Virginia, Little Rock, Arkansas, Trenton, New Jersey, Tyler, Texas, and ATL. So the point is, why in 2012 would they put out 7 proclamations for those particular cities? And on top of that, it's recognizing that Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, Hammatites, and Canaanites. Fam, they put the whole demo in there.
Yep.
They put the whole demonstration in there. Marilyn Strickland, mayor of the city of Tacoma, she put it out there. And they declared January 8th to the 15th Moorish American Week.
not Negro Week, not so-called Black people, Hebrew Israelite Week, Moorish American Week, and it was signed and sealed. Hold up. I think I don't even know if I can turn this camera around so you can see it.
Yeah, you should be able to.
How you turn the camera around?
You gotta flip your, and if you're on your phone, you just gotta turn your phone around and face it to the thing. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get you on the big screen. One second.
Okay.
All right, yeah, go ahead, More. You're good.
Okay. I can't really see it because I'm holding the phone. I gotta hold the phone backwards and shit. But you know what I'm saying? But if you can see that says proclamation.
Yeah.
And you see right there, it's a seal on them, fam. And you can see everyone signed it. The mayors of those cities signed that. Moorish American Week. So we don't have to make nothing up. This ain't about making nothing up or bashing somebody or something like that. I don't know how do you change this demo? Okay. It's not about bashing nobody up. Moors is just simply saying, fam, you gotta be what you're supposed to be. And that's Moorish, that's your Moorish bloodline, fam. That's your birthright. Obviously, it's something to it if everybody else come over here and declare their nationality. So what is there to it though? Why these schools and these people keep talking about black, Negro, and they're not bringing up the fact that nationality is the order of the day. And everybody uses nationality over here. So obviously is a reason to keep bringing this up. And they keep beating us in the head talking about, we Kemetic, we Hebrew Israelites, we Black Panthers, we Nation of Islam, we Black Indians. How are you gonna be an adjective in a fiction, but you want rights as if you're a natural person?
Well, I got you right here, More. I got you right here. There you go.
I got it. Yeah. Oh, you
there you go.
Know what I'm saying? We talk about bloodline, fam. Bloodline nationality. That's what we talking about. There it is right there. Bing bong. Right there. Moorish American Week. How come none of these sellout ass Negro leaders ever brought this documentation up? Because they in on the shit.
Kill them more.
They in on it. You feel me? They know that we Moorish Americans. They know that. But you got to ask yourself, why ain't these people talking about this document if it came out in 7 places in the Americas? Because they taking the payoff. The payoff is lead them black people over, so-called black people over there. We know we Moors. We gonna go to these fucking temples and we gonna wear the fez pinned down because we don't want the people out there to know, because we gonna get fat while everybody else starve. They seen the Gangs of New York before, right? Didn't they see that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Came home and he like, man, y'all got fat while everybody else starved. Know what I'm saying? Everybody out here getting fat. All these so-called black politicians smiling in our faces, they getting fat in the background, while Moors out here are being misled by these people because they getting fat in the dark, but we bringing the light right now.
Hey, Peanut, go debate Stephanie Rollins Blake. Go debate her about Are We Moors?
Yeah.
Debate Stephanie.
Go write a letter or something. Call on the phone. See if you get the secretary on the call.
Yeah, write a letter.
If you get that favorable reply.
Prophet Noble Ali was the man, is the man, and will always be the man. We talking about mastermind, fam.
Yeah.
It's wild though, you know what I'm saying? Because people are debate, argue, and go in circles. And hold up. Negro, the national, what is it? The NAACP?
Yeah.
Ask yourself right now, what have they done in their creation? And they wasn't even created by your own people. Then you got Black Lives Matter buying large mansions. You got these people over 90 million in donations. Where's that bread at? But you want to sit up here and debate what people that are bringing you information that has been withheld by people that you've trusted, that's telling you black by they getting fat in the dark. Hey, let me ask y'all more something real quick before I slide. Hey, you know how you could go in our neighborhood and it could be like the street could be messed up and the expressway could be towed up in our neighborhood, right? And it take them months to actually fix something that could just be done in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You go to the European neighborhoods, they don't have that shit. They have a project, they have a poster board of a project, there's something about to be built. That should be done in weeks. But you come in our neighborhood with these sellout black mayors and black politicians, that shit take years.
Oh, cool.
Because they don't care.
You wanna know what's crazy?
What up, boy?
My Moabite pop, he would do construction all around cities and stuff, but it'd be like legal situations. So basically, what they be doing is bringing in all the foreign contractor companies and giving them the contract. So it'll be like a yobo with the contract, right? Then you got to hit him up if he got the contract. When they always do, you got to hit him up to do the business on the to bring your teams to and do the business on whatever structure y'all on. So say I wanted to do my people do drywall, right? But we the best drywallers in the city. We call up this Ayobo that got this business, he about to drywall school. I'm like, yo, bro, let me do the basement and the top floor. I'm gonna bring my team in. My team's the best dudes ever. He want to do the background check. He want to see how long I was in the company. He want to see the thing all the way this. He want to see this. But really, because he's going to bullshit me. There's a African or Mexican team. They come up, they get the contract the first day. When you go, so say he do run you through the rigmarole, but you get it. You go into the site, it's already other teams doing stuff. And you're like, oh, why? I thought you said you was putting. Well, y'all got to find something to do. Find somewhere to do. Well, you still gonna pay me the same contract that whatever I could, basically just playing. Like whatever I could do, you go over there, like kick a wall down or something.
Wow.
So
come on, man.
We teach stuff about contract law, Noble, and you be breaking the books open and telling these people about contract law. If they know what you teaching, they will know how to form their own contracts. Hit up the city and do their own work through their own contract. Then now they can hold the title over. And if they land.
Yes, sir. And that's the thing. The thing is, we are in our own land, asking for permission to do things in our own land. While these squatters are living in our land off our birthrights and virtues, while we out here fake begging. Well, we not out here fake begging. These so-called black people out here fake begging, while Moors, your own brothers and sisters, are trying to get you to see what the prophet already brought back, which is birthrights and nationality. So when you declare your nationality and your birthrights, you declaring that everything on this land, everything is yours. So why are you begging for? Oh, we need Section 8. We need benefits. You already got benefits by declaring your nationality and birthright. You begging. Stop begging. Prophet already told people about begging.
Yes. We're not
you begging in your own land? That's like you letting somebody come inside your house. You let them rent to stay there. And next thing you know, you begging them to do shit inside your house. Big facts.
Real right.
Stop begging.
Oh boy, here we go. Ching Ching, you're back again.
Where's Kush Day from? The one that's talking on the panel. Where he from?
I'm from Chicago, the Mecca. What's up?
What's your background? Where your people's from?
Where my people's from? What you mean?
Yeah. Where your parents from?
Chicago, the Mecca.
No, I'm talking about what island they from. What Caribbean island they from?
Caribbean, fam.
You Puerto Rican or something, right?
Fam, I'm a Moor, G.
No, I'm saying I'm talking about realistic, not the fake world. Like you can be you can be whatever you want. I'm talking about in the real world.
He got Asian now because he got pale skin.
Okay, listen to me, bro. Listen to me. I'm gonna say this to you with respect. Okay. because I see where the break is.
No, you can't
Listen
see
to me.
nothing. The only thing you can do is
Listen.
hear, bro. You can't see nothing or tell nobody about nothing
Listen.
on the internet.
Listen, fam. I see what you're talking about from a light year away. You gotta first recognize the definition of an American.
I
See,
do
this
not
is what
have to have no definition of what if we get in a confrontation with somebody. What I'm gonna do? Pull out a dictionary and tell them what the real definition of American before I get my head blown off?
No, you gonna ride with the Moors.
First
No,
of
nigga,
all,
I'm
you ain't
gonna
even.
ride
First
with
of
Black
all,
Americans, nigga. I ain't ride with
you
no
not
Moorish
even.
or sellouts.
Okay, listen to this.
If I'm out there with a turban on and we about to go at it with some people, you gonna not ride with me just because I got a turban on?
Y'all niggas sellouts. Y'all
And
ain't
whole
putting no
time, why
work.
would you even get into a confrontation to begin with? Why would you get
Nigga,
into
that's
a
the way of life.
confrontation to begin
That's
with?
the way of life. Who winning now? Why the white man winning?
The way he talk is competition.
Because you call him the white man. You call him the white man.
Because he out here getting in confrontations. That's why he winning.
Define white man.
Who's the white man?
I'm not gonna play no dictionary games with you niggas, man. I'm talking about real.
Get him out of here. I can hear.
Yeah, see, get up out of here, man. See, you talking about Puerto Rican, and this Puerto Rican is a corporation, G.
That Negro is preposterous, man. That Negro is preposterous. And that's the chicken eating, figure licking Negroes that they pay off to get on here to disturb our chat. And I be saying that shit. I'm like, damn, at least if y'all gonna send some agents that read at least. Send some that really know the knowledge where they can try to put up a debate. Y'all send these goddamn backyard, back alley, damn living in the shed ass Negroes and shit, man. Like living at home with their mom. Those type
Who
of
don't
Negroes.
even know the different definition of American?
This fool don't even know what a book is. You show him a book, he'll probably get mad. That's those type of niggas. Like he said, we get in the confrontation. We gonna pull out a dictionary, not knowing that if we get in the confrontation, you Negroes are the reason why our people keep getting their head blowed off because you want to be hard to me, but then when the cracker come up, you yes sir, you pulling your pants up, you hiding the gun, you throwing the dope, and you running for your life. But the more gonna stand there to these people's face and tell them who land this is, what laws that we standing on, and everything. And them people gonna bow down. Like I keep showing these people.
Say that again.
Look at the videos. Look at the videos on YouTube of the interaction of these highwaymen dealing with Moors, and look at the videos of them dealing with people who call themselves Negro, blacks, and colors. You would never see them yanking no more out the car the way they yank Negro, blacks, and colors. You don't see them putting their foot on Moors' necks like they did. If Moors was so threatening or was so anti, why they didn't do to brother Jamal what they did to George Floyd? Why they did do to Rise of the Moors what they do to these cartels when they run up in they shit shooting it out with them? And these guys had so-called unauthorized militarized guns or weapons or arms as they call them. Why they didn't not one shot at them? Why?
At all.
And it's like the dummies never ask themselves these questions like, wait a minute, they saying they Moors, but and the highwaymen and stuff, they not getting all rowdy with them like they do Negro, blacks, and colors. Wait a minute, shouldn't I be claiming more then? That shit makes me want to claim it.
Right. And then the whole time, this is always gonna be a motherfucker that say some shit like that. What if we get into a confrontation? First of all, why would you get into a confrontation from the door? Because if you standing on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, yeah, you on the positive side. Now, granted, shit happened, but you don't, like Moore just said, Malik just said, you're not gonna see Moors running and shit. We gonna stand there, and then we ain't gonna be talked to. Ain't nobody gonna yank us nowhere. Ain't gonna be none of that shit. Rise of the Moors, they was strapped up. I'm talking about fully loaded. They ain't get yanked to the ground.
Nobody touched them.
Ain't nobody touched them at all. So that whole mindset, that's why I said I think that shit a light year away. That whole shit about, well, what if we get into a confrontation and I ain't trying. By that right there, you already looking for a confrontation. And then, like Moore just said, You don't see Moors running. I ain't seen no more with a fez on or a turban on running somewhere. I ain't never seen it. You know who I seen running? I seen motherfuckers running that claim to be Negro by color, tough with your own people. But soon as the European motherfucker come over there, you ain't saying shit. Yes, sir. No, sir. Quiet as hell. But you will bang against people that's bringing knowledge, though. Islam.
Islam. And it's one thing I notice with people like him and these Negroes. When he's saying, why y'all want to fight? Or what we gonna have to get out there and fight. All of that energy is because he's scared to lose his food stamps. That more on welfare. I mean, and he looking at, well, I get benefits off the government. Y'all coming and talking about leaving the government. Well, what about my food stamp? What about my Section 8? Well, my girl on Section 8 and I live over here. I can't be in her crib because she's Section 8. Well, what we gonna do? I get $500 food stamps every month. Like, these people are like they beg. They are beggars of the damn federal government. They need a mother system to like so they could be the sons and daughters of it. They don't even they don't have a sense of forefathers and foremothers. That's what I'm starting to realize. You can't descend from nothing because you look at the government as it's your God, your mother, your ruler, your like some say so over you. You got a jurisdictional like curse in your mind of government. Because it's never you.
They looking for a daddy, a mama.
Yep.
They looking for an artificial womb to take care of them. Instead of coming back to nature.
Because
Straight up.
They already know that the womb that they came out of is messed up. And they
Islam.
Islam.
They don't want to go fix that. They want to come talk crazy to Moors.
Vaccinated black people.
Yeah.
Right.
Talking BS to Moors when like we said, not one shot.
Why they always
not one shot fired.
Yeah, let's get to their reality. Their reality is Mr.
Why they always saying that we traitors? Why they always love to say that?
Listen. Gecko lizard guy said, "What's in your wallet?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if they pull out their wallet, you know what I'm saying, they'll find out who the real sellouts are. Because the sellouts are the Moors who's calling themselves black, NBCs, Apaches, NOI. You know what I'm saying? Those are the mans. I'm tired of them saying that Moors are the sellouts, but 3 fingers pointing back at them. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is.
And you know what's crazy to add on to that more? Fam, there's 5 components to a natural man and woman or child. 5. Jay-Z told him, listen, Jay-Z told him in the song, "What's free?" He told him in the verse, in the land of the blacks, he said, in the land of the free with a black side slave. 3/5 of man, I believe is the phrase. He told motherfuckers in the shit. He told you. You said you honor Jay-Z and all this shit. He told you in What's Free, Meek Mill and Rick Ross. It's 5 components to a natural man. Birthrights and nationality was taken. Or creed was taken. So you walking around honoring the crippled status. So that's like saying motherfucker walking around crippled, that he ain't even crippled, but he want to be crippled.
Yeah.
You want to be a cripple.
Handyman. They acting.
Right. You want to be handyman and shit. Whole time, all you gotta do is be like, nah, all you gotta do is straighten your hand out. Your hand has 5 fingers. Use the other 2 fingers and make a fist and start knocking shit off. And that's your mind. Islam.
Peace, brother. Oh, brother Khalif, I see you out there too.
Were blacks ever free? Like, well, I mean, were blacks ever not property? And if they weren't, when?
Oh, God.
Black was never not property.
Islam.
When I say
Islam, Islam, Morris.
Islam.
I heard you, Morris. I heard you too, Raquel. Khalid was coming in, brother. Khalid was coming in, but he was trying to get a statement out. Say that again.
Islam.
We're not hearing you, brother Khalid. You're messing with everybody's feet today.
Islam. You hear me?
Yeah, you're low though. We can't hear you. You're low.
Islam, can you hear me better?
A little bit better.
Oh, Khalid got mute his jump because I hear echo. Cool, John, mute Khalid jump because I think it's the echo coming from. Good job.
Yeah, brother Khalif, we can't hear you. Something's up with your thing. Log out and log back in.
Now I think brother is Bay can talk.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right. Islam to the panel. How's everyone today?
On your speaker, Mark. We can hear the feedback.
Turn off the YouTube.
I'm gonna have to go do it all over again. I don't know what's wrong.
Islam. Peace, brother Is. Isbay, you there?
Islam, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Peace, more.
More.
Peace, more.
Islam, mi hermanos, ¿cómo estamos?
Islam.
Yes, sir.
Just want to get something off my chest real quick because the topic seemed to go this way. And a couple of things. As Moors that are studied, we know it and we know the importance of it. But because it's so important, and because of the gravity of the situation, and because of, unfortunately, the low erudition of the target audience, not all, but some that are chimed in, the obvious. Okay? All right. So y'all know 1492. You all know that. Colombo sailed the ocean blue and all that crap. Okay, whatever. You never set foot on the so-called 48, first and foremost. So if Columbus discovered America, right, and he never landed on one of the continents of 48, suppose that would have been the one of the part of 48, it didn't exist back in 1492. Where did he land? The so-called conquered America. Oh, that's right. Today you call that the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So how Jamaica not part of America? I don't know how that math works. But, you know, if it works in your Negro mind, okay. But I'm pretty sure you're going to start having some conflict. Now, let's skip ahead from 1492. Let's go up to who out of these Occidental Europeans was it who stepped up here and started talking to who from the people who were already here? Well, that's real easy to find. If you know Shaka Maxim, then you know that they call the territory so-called Pennsylvania. After the guy, the Occidental guy, well, let's figure out the person first. Who was that guy? I believe his name was William Penn. You can look at the back of Ancient and Modern Britain, specifically onto the back half, towards the end of volume 1. You can read William Penn description of who he was in treaty with. Now, after you read that, and you go and look at the treaty, you see the treaty was written with a certain tribe. And that tribe was called Lenape, right? Okay. Now, what you may not know is that Lenape has two subdivisions, Lenape and Nanticoke. So part of them, when they went that route of being so-called Indian, wanted to remain Lenape. Some wanted to become, or some were called Nanticoke. Why? Migrations. People moved. So it didn't matter. Because it's like you moving from your bedroom to the bathroom, or from your bedroom to the kitchen. Did you leave your house? Are you some far off land? No. You just went from one side to the other. Just that simple. Now, for those that still don't know about it, go look up the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 Delaware recognition of the Lenape tribe. It's really easy to Google. Hell, you can't web search for that. You can go on any Noble Moors IG social media app. More than likely, they'll have a screenshot of it for you, of the first 4 points. Why the first 4 points? Because the fourth point gives the whole punchline away. The other points talk about they had their own schools, how they had their own designation. By the way, the designation was the letter M, not N as in Nancy, but M as in Moore. Why? Because the fourth point tells it complete. See, prior to the 1700s, the tribe was formerly known as the Moors. So when I'm telling you, and this is not to beef with somebody running around yelling turtle gang this or that, I'm just stating what is obvious to anyone with a set of eyes. And if you don't have a hidden agenda, your so-called sellouts, wouldn't that be the ones that made the deal with the foreigners? In my book, that would be who the sellout was, right? It's right there in black and white in the treaty. They were called Lenape. Before they were calling themselves Lenape tribe of Indians, they were Lenape Moors. Got me grabbing this out the air, any one of y'all, and when I'm saying y'all, I'm not talking about the panel, I'm talking about y'all listeners. Once you find out this information, which, by the way, you just have, go fact check me. Go double check it for yourself. Go see if what Brother Isbay is talking about is fugazi, or go see it for yourself, then come back. We still be here. The boat has left the dock, but if you kick your legs real fast, we might let you catch up. Islam. Peace to the family.
Islam.
Yes, Brother Khalif, we can hear you now.
All right. Islam to the panel. Peace to everyone. I shake. According to all true and divine records, we are not Black, Indian, Afro-Americans, Negroes, Hebrew Israelites, sovereign citizens, etc. So if we are none of that, then how could we be anything other than that? Just in other than more. I mean, if you excuse me.
No, go ahead, Moore.
Oh, so if we have none of those tags, only thing left is to be a Moor, not a tribe. You know, I mean, what's so complicated about it? It's not really complicated. I don't know what the deal is, other than the sellouts coming in trying to distract people from the truth. That's the only problem. I see what's going on. Bunch of sellouts out there, bunch of traders, bunch of guys with nappy hair that look like me and you, sold us out. It's real simple across the board. It's not really complicated. Nationality is the order for the day. Plain and simple. Not no tags. They can have those tags. Those tags come along with mistreatment. You want to be treated like a human, you better declare your nationality on a public platform and know what it means. Ashe.
Islam more. Who else was
So
on?
Islam.
Oh, brother Chang, Islam.
Islam.
I know you've been on here for a little bit. What's good, boy?
Just hailing up everybody here, man.
Give thanks, boy. Give thanks.
So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that we are Moors worldwide and stop with the I'm a West Indian, a Hispanic, a Latino. What the hell is that? I don't understand. I mean, why is it so hard to be a Moor? I speak to Filipinos every day. I ask them, are we Moors? He said, we're all Moors. What's the problem?
Yep. I can tell you what the problem is right now.
Well, we have a whole list. We know why, but they just don't want to get. I'd rather be black. Okay, that's cool, but it's still an adjective, and that's a German word. It has nothing to do with Africa. So, what we talking about? I yield the floor. Islam Moors.
Islam.
Islam.
Let me just be camel back off of one point. I forgot to make a little bit earlier. Here's the reason why they want y'all to keep sticking with Black, Latino, Afro X, Black, Indigenous, person of color, BIPOC, and everything else under the sun. Noble Joe Ali, peace be upon him, told us, right, that mountains of gold would be revealed. Now, sure, the mundane can look at that and think, okay, you know what, Mount State, elsewhere, whatever, it's going to turn out to be a solid big chunk of gold. Maybe, maybe not. But he also told us something else. He said the commerce of any nation belongs to the nation, the people, right? The reason why they don't want you to actually choose or start affirming or start proclaiming a nationality, what happens to all the resources that are getting from the ground by so-called capitalistic companies, corporations? Isn't that theft? Don't you got to get paid back? Since kind of kills that whole argument, though, if you're not claiming your nationality, because no black person, no language person, whether you want to say Latin, Spanish, Hebrew, got claim to anything. You say more, guess what? You just laid the claim to it without even saying it. That's what comes along with stating and knowing your nationality. Because now you can reclaim, now you can get redress, now you can get reparations, because you like all these R words, but not knocking it, because out of all this that's been going on, tells me two things. First and foremost, they're turning up the heat because more people are actually coming out and proclaiming to be Moors. That's why you have to get these nonsense, the AIs just cranking it up. I don't even think half these people are even real. I think they're fake. I think it's just a computer program with a voice, with the silly accent. The other part, I would say, if, I should say that, but when you come to that realization of your nationality and you're outright and out forth with it, it shuts them down dead in their tracks. We was already forewarned that the wheels of industry of the globe will grind to a halt, and they wouldn't turn back on unless they're back into the hands of the Moors. Why? Because you have a choice. See, there's two infamous crimes that have never truly been addressed. And those two infamous crimes that still to this day, though they happened long, long ago, still apply to us today, is the assassination of JFK, and prior to that, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Why? What's the commonality between the two, though separated by what they call time? Simple. They were getting us back onto true finance. What's true finance? What's constitutional money? Gold and silver coin. Fiat not. And if you don't think that they'll be willing to do anything, everything, any trick, written or unwritten, to keep that from happening, then you don't know your history or chronicle of events. Because his Tory is that's a different story that we can talk about later. Right? I'm not trying to get you lost in the hocus pocus alamocus. I'm just trying to tell you straight up what it is. This is what it boils down to. And I know the majority of folks that are listening to this already know that, even whether you're pro or if you're con to Moorish nationality. You just have a vested interest and you're trying to protect that interest. I get it. But it still don't change the truth. And the truth is coming. Truth isn't coming out. Truth's been out. Question is, what are we waiting for us to act on it? Because you're never going to have all 18 gazillion people come out in the street. Why? Why waste your energy? We already have this once. We just got to stand up, unified. You've seen it happen in Ceylon. Oh, I'm sorry. You only know that place is Sri Lanka, right? But the Moors know it is Ceylon. Why? Chronological events of time, or what you call time. It's there. It's just not going to be there as Negro, Black, Colored, Afro-American, Afro-Latino, Latinx, Hispanic, and any other freaking nom de guerre that you got. Figure out why all those nom de guerres have been used, which I just told you really why. And you got 90% of the problem solved. Now you just got to look at what we want to do in the future. How we going to come together. But we can't take our time and energy to inject into that if we still got to deal with one or two numbnuts that just want to be slow and out their own mouths tell you, oh, I refuse to read the books that you're reading. I can't comprehend. Look, I get it. It's not your fault. You went through an indoctrination system. They told you education isn't important. And honestly, it's not. Erudition is quite important. Education is animal training. What you do to an animal when you bring it on a farm. You ain't got to believe me. Look up the actual denotative definition for yourself, and you'll see it with your own eyes. So we can continue playing the okay peekaboo thing with first graders and punching down, or we can start looking forward and up. That's all I'm saying. Islam, I yield the floor.
Islam. Islam Kasir. Or you're muted. Hey, Kasir, you're muted. You're not hearing you.
Islam?
Well, yeah, we heard you.
Yeah, so it's, every time Brother Is come on, it reminds me of this reading right here from Annexation of Texas, 1845, or Ingersoll, where he says, the splendid deserts between the Nuances and the Bravo River are the natural boundaries between the Anglo-Saxon and the Mauritanian races. There ends the valley of the West, Maghreb. There Mexico begins. So this is in America, right? Thence beyond the Bravo begin the Moorish people and their Indian associates. to whom Mexico properly belongs, who should not cross that vast desert if they could, as if on our side we too ought to stop there because of interminable conflicts must ensue, either our going south or their coming north of that gigantic boundary. So saying it's gonna be war if we meet each other. While peace is cherished, that boundary will be sacred, not till the spirit of conquest rages will the people on either side molest or mix with each other, and whatever they do, one or the other race must be conquered, if not extinguished. So, and then they start going into African races have a chance in Texas, our neighboring Mexico, if they prove of proving that it's not inferior to the Caucasian. So they're talking about bringing Africans over here to do, to go in competition with Ayobos, right? It was already more than Indians here, and they were from the Mauritanian race, not the African race. Oops. And then we go into CDC.
There's a line, Brother Cassette. One factoid that you overlooked a bit in your presentation so far. Within that treaty, it makes references to the Bravo and the Nuances rivers, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I would suggest that any new Moor who hasn't heard about those two rivers do a web search for it, and they will quickly find out that today those two rivers were merged by man, and it's called the Rio Grande.
Yeah,
Islam.
Rio Grande. Yep. Islam. Oh yeah, and then the Rio Grande. Definitely research that, Morris, because you can find how Rio Grande, certain pieces of it still exist in the so-called Atlantic, and they say it leads to Africa. Like you can land hop to Africa or island hop to Africa based off of certain animals that are in Africa and over here in America, but don't have flying capabilities or couldn't swim. So why is there what's that thing called? It's a certain type of cat that looks. It's a cat that looks like it could be like a It's like it looks like it comes from the Panthera family, but it also looks like a domestic cat. I can't remember that thing is called. It's a certain cat that's in South America that looks like a house. It looks like a house cat, but it's from the family of the Panthera. I cannot remember. It's an ocelot. An ocelot. That animal is found in South America and Africa, and the scientist is like, well, how does the ocelot, who doesn't have swimming capabilities, how did they get to Africa? And so they're like, oh, well, here it is. You see it? The ocelot. It's saying like, well, how did they get to Africa if the main reasons we find that is South America? And they're saying because of this island hopping capability that can be done between the Rio Grande islands that are in the Atlantic. So it's just that it's him, and it's another type of bird that can't really fly across oceans, but it's in Africa and in South America. And they're talking about because at one time they were connected, and the traces of it is in that Rio Grande island. It's crazy. But look at how this animal looks. This American, right? You can't so. Why does our stuff look so unique? Like as far as when you compare it to everything else, just like how when you compare us to everybody else, we're different, but in a certain type of way. We got this, everybody else. We have the same features that everybody else has, but ours is when it's American, it's something different to it. So just look this guy up if y'all want to. Oh, and then the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Look at what they say about Moors. They said the Moors is part of the eastern tribes of American Indian. Now we already know that's subjugated, but for the Indians who are talking trash, this is Shematar for y'all. Race R1 American Indian, R101 American Indian. So boom, take that R101 down to Eastern tribes.
Islam, because don't they have a link there that's to all Indian tribes? And when you click on that, it goes into like 500 types of Moors.
Yeah.
Bad me on the floor the other day.
That's the part that's making me laugh, because when you study this and study who we are, it's like like the different tribes. You could, they're Moors. It's like it's crazy. Like Natchez, who else they had on here? I know when you look at it too, when it's not in alphabetical, they got the Nez Perce and all that. How is Georgetown a tribe?
Right.
So it's just I would ask people to do some understanding, and then I see this like a Yobo. They just put us into. They know that we were here before the Indians, and then the Indians kind of hijacked our culture. And now it looks like the way they do exactly, those are Moorish heritage things that they're doing, gathering around, doing the circle fire and the dances they're doing. Like if you see a Moor do the dances, you see how it's supposed to look. It's a certain bounce to it with the shoulders and how we dance Moors. I'm doing it right now, but it's like it's supposed to look a certain type of way. Like it's supposed to look like a wave. When they do it, it looks like people have a problem walking. It's like it's too like militant, like it's not. It's like it's supposed to be like a wave feeling. I don't know. It's just I don't know what type of nature they're connected to. But I've been to powwows recently. They don't want no more coming through there, because it's exactly how it would be. We come through with certain information, and when we start saying stuff like I brought this off Asir. I asked them, yeah, who's the big Buffalo people? The chief that I was, or the Sagamore, whatever you want to call him, that I was talking to, his mouth dropped, and he just sat sitting there looking at me, and then I got in trouble. Some young boy came in, he's like, yo, you can't. What did you just say? I was like, I just asked him who the big Buffalo people is. And he looked at the grandpa, and he looked at me. He was like, no, brother, you can't. What did he say? You can't hinder our elder like this. He's old.
Humana.
Yeah, he fell asleep. When I asked him, the Buffalo people, he just
he did the Mason trick on you.
Yeah.
No, you ever when you talk to a Mason and you start bringing up the Moors and true history, they'll do that on the real. All of a sudden, they'll just drop their head to one side and cut and start snoring.
Yeah, he did that.
Mid conversation. It's a ritual, brother. It's a ritual. It's supposed to throw you off to knock you off your square. It's ridiculous, though. I just laugh. I laughed at him. Right.
I thought he was talking, like, because I'm thinking he's saying some type of mantra. That's what I thought. But the boy came, the boy was like 25 or so, a little younger than me, but you could tell he's my age, and he didn't have no facial hair. He looked like goddamn Jason from the Power Rangers. He just came up and he was like, hey man, like, you can't do this to our elder. Our elder is old. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're hindering him. And I'm like, bro, I'm about to knock you out in this damn powwow. And then everybody came like, hold on, no, brothers, we don't want to have this. What did you say? I said, I asked that elder. I asked him who the big Buffalo people. And then the guy was like, oh, yeah, that's a long history. That history long. And he was like just making his hands out, like putting his hands in space like long. And I'm just like, there never was a time on this plane where we were. And I felt like Yeshua in a damn red book in a goddamn. I felt like Yeshua in a Quran, like talking this. You're supposed to be master, you. Hey, but I said you're the master, right? You're the guy. Don't you know that we were here since time immemorial? Who told you these things that you believe?
Yeah. But they have to do a lot of tap dancing to be able to say that, and that's the issue, because they're trying to save face from the folks that they've been pushing since they came and incarnated. You see what I'm saying? So they try to tell the truth, but still save face for self so they can still stay in public. That's all that is. It's just because you tell them straight up. It's like, look, you go to Justia, which is really pronounced Justia, which is Moorish Latin justice, U.S. law. You look up the 2016 Delaware Code, Title 29, State Government, Chapter 1, Jurisdiction and Sovereignty, subsection 106, Lenape Indian Tribe of Delaware and its recognition. What's the first 4 points? 1. The Lenape Indian Tribe of Delaware, referred to as the tribe, in quote, in this section, has an unbroken blank years of settlement and continued residency in the vicinity of the town of Cheswold in Kent County, Delaware. Point 2, members of the tribe preserved, displayed, manifested close cultural ties with one another, themselves in such a social and economic manner as to identify themselves as being culturally distinct, together. Point 3, the tribe can date their ancestral ties as far back as the early 1700s. Hold on. How come the tribe of Lenape can only go back to the 1700s? Let's read point 4. Point 4 tells you the reason why. The tribe was formerly known as, quote, the Moors, end quote. And for many decades of the 20th century, as drivers on their driver's licenses, designated with the tribe's race as a M for Moor. That's the problem. This has come to light. People have been soft-shoeing or trying to conflate and mentally do this gymnastic move to confuse people. Where's the confusion? It's the so-called tribe that sat down with, smoking the peace pipe or whatever, with William Penn. But when you read William Penn's description of the quote-unquote Indians out of Ancient and Modern Britons, Volume 1, they'll tell you. So, they're all dark-skinned. They got different types of hair, but they're all dark-skinned. So if you melanated, you were Moor. You ain't no such thing as Indian. And that was the whole point of David McRitchie's book, even back then in the late 1800s when he wrote it, because he saw the culmination of all the BS coming out of Edinburgh. Edinburgh over there, not the Edinburghs over here, but the one from over there, that's where you got a certain institution. That institution, similar, the one over here, known as Yale, Harvard, you got whatnot. But over there, they got one called Oxford that was also started by Moors. But then they got infiltrated. Occidentals took over. And then what did they decide to do? Pump out BS that is rubber stamped by so-called advanced degrees, men of letter, so that it would become the new centre for dismemberment of BS as the new version of history. You see how I stress certain key words? It's just that simple. Simple as what you don't know, that there was a conquest of Peru, Mexico, Bogota, Natchez, and Talamanco back in the 13th century. By who? The Mongols. Who? Genghis Khan. By the way, Genghis Khan isn't his name. Genghis means great. Khan means emperor. See how that worked? His real name, though, was Temujin. Okay? So that's the line that you're actually talking about. And when you talk about Bogota, today you call that Colombia. Talk about Natchez, today you call that Missouri. Hello? Talamanco, Tennessee, top of Alabama, and La Isla Florida, what you call Florida, before it was called that. That's all that is. You got a whole slew of animals that don't even exist on the planet anymore because they came from here. Like the camel. What? Yeah, camels are originally American. Same with the mastodon. Saber-toothed cat. Columbia mammoth. Short-faced bears. Bison. Hagerman horse. What the hell is a Hagerman horse? It's a donkey mixed with a zebra, half and half. You never heard of them, though. Oh, you never heard of the Moorish lion? Why were they called Moorish lions? Because unlike the lions that you see today at your circus or at Vegas or wherever with the brown mane, they had black mane. Not only did they have black mane, but they were twice as big as the lions that you see today. Lions today are about 5'6" to 800 pounds. Twice as big. You understand? That's half ton of lion fury coming at you. You know it because when you watch cinema, when you watch some of these old movies, you see the lion roaring in the beginning. Yeah, that's a Moorish lion from the Americas. Get it? That's why they went running around killing them left and right, so that you wouldn't get inspired by it. But again, if you read into the events of chronology, you'll find it for yourself. None of this will be shocking. But if you don't want to hear it, even if you're just hearing it from me, just because Brother Iz told you, this ain't going to help you out tomorrow by the water cooler at work or the lunchroom at school. I'm not. What you're hearing right now is not going to help you. You go pull out this book by John Rankin called Conquest of Peru, Mexico, Bogota, Natchez, and Talamanco in the 13th century by the Mongols, accompanied with elephants and the local ingredient of history and traditions with the remains of elephants and mastodons found in the New World. That might help you out a little, because then instead of trying to say a day or two before, you'll be coming off the top from your own skull. And when it comes from within, then it becomes yours. But right now, you just hearing me say this, it ain't yours. Right now, you're nothing more but a looky-loop on the side of the road, trying to decide which way to go, left or right. Not that way. You want to go this way. Whatever way that may be. Islam, how you?
Islam, Morris. Any closing remarks before we get out of here?
I was trying to pull up Elias Boot and y'all Moors out there know Elias Boot and right? Let me close with him. Well, for my part, let me open it up more. There you go. Elias Boot and listen to what he says. To those who are unacquainted with the manners, habits, and the improvements of the Aborigines of this country, the term Indian is pregnant with ideas the most repelling and degrading. But such impressions originating, as they frequently do, from infant prejudices, although they hold too true when applied to some, do great injustice to many of this race of beings. Ain't want to be called Indians, Morris. This is coming from a Cherokee Indian himself, a pale-faced one. Some there are, perhaps even in the enlightened assembly, so there's an enlightened side, they were going into the Masonic Lodge, who at bare sight of an Indian or at the mention of the name would throw back their imaginations to ancient times. Yeah. To the ravages of savage warfare. What's that? To the yells pronounced over the mangled bodies of women and children. What? Thus creating an opinion inapplicable and highly injurious to those whose temporal interest in eternal welfare I come to plead. What is an Indian? So, in other words, he breaks down what an Indian is after telling the people they're not Indian. Basically, this is like the Indian version of MLK all over again. I want my daughters to not be language for the color of their skin. Black people and years and degradations and the black people climbing the mountains and black. But I thought you didn't want them to be regulated by their stuff. Just like this guy. The term Indian is pregnant with ideas repelling and degrading. The sight of an Indian, what is an Indian? You belong, you have, behold an Indian. Kindred are Indians, we too are Indian. See, that's my point of what I wanted to get to with this guy, Elias Boutenah. So is my voice.
Islam. Main reason why I chimed in today, Grand Eki, is because I heard earlier on the brothers were discussing Taínos right? An Arawak. All right. So let's get a couple of things squared away, and I'll make it brief. You fact check me for yourselves. I'm not going to give you the sources. You go find it yourself. Because I know I found it, so you can find it.
I got
First
you.
and foremost, Arawak, right, was a confederation, not a people. In other words, it was a group of Moors from different quote unquote islands and said, "Nah, we from here, we got this problem going on with others coming this way." Just that simple. Same thing as you'll find out with the Iroquois. Confederation, not a specific people. Here's another kicker. You ready for this? There ain't no such thing as Taino. There is such a thing as Taino, but Taino just means noble. Or excuse me, good people, right? In my mind, and maybe it's a long leap, because, how silly can I be? Good people from back then would be nobles. You had to be noble to be a good person. If he was unnoble, right? You're not a good person. Get it? Similar to, you might have heard of names or family appellations from quote unquote Spanish families, such as Alvarez, right? Rodrigo. Well, Rodrigo comes from Hidalgo. Hidalgo just means noble. Alvarez comes from Arabic, from Alfares, Alfares, or Al, A-L, and then Fares, Fares, as well as El Fares, which means nothing more but a knight. Spain under Moorish rule for about 4 centuries, during which the peninsula's population, culture, tradition, language were all heavily influenced by this Arabic people. By the way, don't get confused. Arabic ain't a specific people. Just like Taino means noble. That's it. About 25% of modern day Spanish is Arabic based. Many of the Spaniards with the name Alvarez were resettled in the Americas after the Spanish Inquisition in 1492, where Moranos, or New Christians, which they call Sephardic Jews, were forcibly converted. By the way, the word Sephardic, Sephardic, don't get confused. That's of Jewish faith that comes from Spain. And they all land where they all landed? You can go Google or web search for an article that came out a few years back on how so-called Dominicans and Cubans are converting at an alarming rate to Hebrewism. Why? It's not that they're converting, they're just coming out of the quote unquote basement with their faith. Because when they did leave, because of the situations of 1492, they continued to practice their faith, but they didn't do it in public. They did it in private. Why? Yo, you just had to uproot your whole life and get the hell out where you was because of the bull crap that was going on with politics. They didn't want to have to go through that shit again. So how could you tell who was who? Real simple. When they had that Sabbath meal, guess who didn't have pork on the plate? Duh. That's it. Yeah, real simple. On a certain night, guess who wouldn't be messing around doing other things, taking and observing their Sabbath? Duh. In other words, based on their customs that they practice in public, it was real easy to distinguish at that point who was just Moor and who was a Hebrew Moor. But here's the thing, they were both Moors. Nobody ever says, yo, that guy Li Wang, yeah, he's not Chinese, he's a Catholic. and Jen Park Kim, yeah, she's Buddhist, so she's not Korean. Nobody says that. People say the nationality and then a faith. Oh, that's a Korean Christian. That's a Korean Taoist. That's a Chinese Buddhist. That's a Nippon Taoist. We're the only ones that got that messed up because they conflated that on purpose to keep you dizzy, to keep you from seeing which side is up, which side is down. But you still want to keep swimming to the low point. Y'all can if you want. Good luck if you need to take a breath. Because I don't care how good you are, eventually everybody needs to breathe. And with that, I yield Islam to the panel, Islam to my family and Canaanland Moors. Peace.
Peace. Islam more.
Islam more.
Islam more. Is there any more closing remarks?
Islam more. Study, study, study. And when you study very well and you ask what to study next, study yourselves, Moors. Be more, don't be Negro. Peace and love.
Islam to that.
Islam, brother Menelik. You might be muted if you're cussing him out. He probably stepped away. Islam Kasir.
Yeah, I just wanted to end off by, now these are dirty Moors, it's Christian society, but even dirty Moors got some good knowledge. So it's just a breakdown of Arabic, like what that word means, what Arab, what Arab, and where that even comes from, and it all goes back to basically the name Indian, the use of it in the ancient times and what it represented. And from what it seems like back in the day, that word Indian to Moors, or as a placeholder representing West America, South Arabia, and Ethiopia. Just look at the cultures that inhabit those places, and the trade routes. There it goes, Silk Road. So those are trade routes. So as far as closing out, I like to give honor to the Prophet. Like to say that Allah is the ruler of the universe, and her son is Noble Drew Ali. Islam.
Islam. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors, supreme honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to everybody on the panel. Honors to everybody in the chat. FOH, to all you trolls and whoever else is out there talking crazy. And we'll just give you this one.
Cemetery, February 4th days, Son of Mary.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days, Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day, independence and law, make 7 little lost case, with case laws, we break them down like Jericho, keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho, I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio, fake pandemics announced over the radio, annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains, I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way, I was in a lost state, prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate, cooking like I'm Salt Bay, repping like I'm Denzel, Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel, had Noble Drew Ali in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up, stakes still high, so the race still going up, warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up, born in the manger, sworn to be savior, walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery, looking for light, the book of Genesis, astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis, abstract images of past lives kicking in, danger, running for your life, finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle, using trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, fact slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie I in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets took me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, repping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but you all in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Fact slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves. Squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis. Negus appearing real. All I see is false evidence. VAR feminists. Stomped on by elephants. More like we're prejudiced but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book all maleficent. Great cosmic mothers. Return to blessedness. No pestilence. Ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance. Never to forget again. Use energy right. Not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions. Too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence. Burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars. It might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?